Alright, well, thanks, Cough. Ahem. Monokuma, I don't think it's about that time. I think it is time.
That's right. It's time for the class trial.
He agrees.
Where hope and despair meet head-on.
Good to know. Class trial number 5. Here's what we know about it. Alright, let's go into it.
Please proceed to the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard.
I'm not gonna lie.
To the trial grounds.
It's a bit lonely, the lack of information here. Really, I mean, it's one of 2 people are dead, and one of, like, 3 people could have done it. Maybe 4, I don't really...
Everyone needs to be there. Got it?
A complete mystery.
Anyone who's absent will be swiftly and permanently punished.
Alright, I like to see that, because it means whoever's at this trial isn't dead. Alright? Big brain logic there.
I wonder what kind of despair
Find
awaits
Tsuichi
you
kill
this
Kaito
time.
and Kokichi with poison. Boy, it takes a... Also, is he dead yet? It takes a real, I don't know if I want to call it stubborn, or... What's the word? Driven, maybe? Individual to look at this crime scene and go, ah yes, poison got them. Everyone needs to be there. That means Kokichi or Kaito, whoever is alive, will be there.
Then...
At the trial, we'll know who the victim is. I mean, yeah, really, it seems like kind of a stupid thing to just not include the victim in the notes. Can't wait to see my best boy Kokichi at the trial. We will see. It's, if it is Kaito, then, I mean, yeah, Kokichi killed him. There's really no other way around that. No one else would do that. Unless he somehow wound up killing himself and Kokichi just, for whatever reason, chucked the body in the hydraulic press because he wanted a laugh. A giggle, maybe. If Kokichi's dead, we have a problem. Because that could have been Kaito, could have been Maki. Apparently it could have been, I almost said Hifumi. Himiko. It could not have been Hifumi. That would be a bold fucking twist, I'll say that. Oh, Kokichi, you and your antics. We'll see. We will see. Well, I'm waiting. This isn't everyone. Kaito and Kokichi aren't here. I bet Kokichi is already there.
You bastard.
As the mastermind of the killing game, he's waiting for us to arrive.
No.
We don't know that yet. There's a chance Kaito is still alive. Yeah, the battle between hope and despair. If I show any weakness like you are, then I know I'll lose to despair. Lose to despair.
know?
6 of us will participate, and 1 of us will die after this class trial. Only 5 will be left. Only 5. That's right, we're the only ones
That's
left.
obvious.
We can't lose to despair, even if we have no future we need to win. That is the whole point of the class trial. I think the whole point of the class trial is to sell video games, but I'm, you know, kind of bitter like that, so... I will defeat Kokichi no matter what I have to sacrifice. That's the thing, though. If it were her, she, A, would know who is still alive, and B, if she did know who is still alive, like, know who is still alive, not just believe it. How are these are survivors? Ah, Maki's great, and one of them, you know, is... alright. The others are... I like Kibo. Kibo's okay. But yeah, like, even if she knows who's alive, she's laying it on real thick right now. If she doesn't know who's alive, that means it's not her that killed whomever. Which throws a wrench in the plan here, the theories here. Because she's laying into this whole... Like, she heard the announcement that everyone needs to be there. If she's insisting that Kokichi's alive somewhere, why would she do that if we're going to go right down that elevator and see Kokichi died? That would be absurd. That's a ridiculous plan. No matter what she has to sacrifice. Are you sure about that, Maki? Is that what you call hope? I know that we can't lose despair. She could just be acting, I guess, but... Something is wrong, something doesn't feel right. I wonder what Kaito would say at a time like this. What would he say to us? If it was Kaito... Ah, alright. Where is Kurumi? Dead. Very dead. Sliced up and spine shattered on impact with ground. After feeding a man to piranhas. Drowning him and then feeding him to piranhas, let's be fair. That is probably what he would say. You're not wrong, 7-9. Didn't say another word. Silent as a tomb, we etc, etc. I don't know. I get the sense that Maki probably is the killer, but she's not. She seems awful sure that Kokichi's alive. Which would probably make her not the killer at that point. To win the battle between hope and despair, but now, what do we know? There was one trial where not everyone was there. That would be Nekomara, who then became Mechamara, of course. Although his situation was a bit different than this. He wasn't just kind of hiding somewhere, or missing. He was in critical condition in a hospital. And as such was excused from the trial. Still would have been killed if they got it wrong, but maybe Kaito or Kokichi are a robot now. I don't know how they would have done that without Miu. More to the point, I don't know why that would make them exempt from the trial, since Kibo still has to show up. Can't think about things like that anymore. The only thing I need to think about is survival.
That's nice.
Battle like this takes me back. After all, hope and despair are natural enemies. Kibo has competition. He doesn't. Kibo's a good kid. Truly, it's a magnificent theme. Only esteemed works of fiction have themes as magnificent as this.
Why?
Alright, keep jerking yourself off, Danganronpa. Where's Kokichi? Why isn't he here? Maki was right. The person who should be here isn't. Well, I'll tell you once the trial starts. What's going on? What are you scheming now? Doesn't matter what Kokichi is scheming. This is the final battle between hope and despair. It'll all end here. Kokichi can twist and violate the rules all he likes, but he will never give up. Hope will never submit to despair. No rules have been violated. Not on my watch, you know. Or whatever. Hurry up and start. When we'll end this class trial, we'll defeat the remnants of despair no matter what. All one of you that are left. So get ready.
Okay.
I get it. Let's get started. Mix equal parts life and death, add a dash of lies and truth, bake in the fires of conflict, and when it's golden brown and bubbling, you have yourself a truly decadent class trial. Alright. Once more we face class trial. This is like the elevator music from the first game. Was the one who died Kaito or Kokichi? I can't say for certain, but I still believe Kaito wouldn't die so easily. You think Kokichi would? I don't know why I believe that so strongly. Well, he's not blacked out, so it's clearly not him. There you go. I will have to fight to prove it. Shout out to these three for being still alive in the majority here. On their screen, I mean. Grasp hope on the other side of this truth. I will fight. I will fight in this trial of truth and lies. Not a great catchphrase. I don't know how, unless we get some new evidence, we're going to prove who that body is. One way or the other. It could be either of them, and there's no hard evidence one way or the other. There's probably enough evidence to cast doubt on the validity. God, one away from the thing I want. Alright. One more point would have had it. Just guess. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's 50-50, right? We got coins. Somebody flip them.
Ahem. Now then, let's
Yeah, we know how it works.
Correct. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate.
Graduation is meaningless here. We already know that.
More like 33 based on what you said. Well, I mean for the body. On who's dead, you know. That is just a coin flip. It's 50-50. In terms of the guilty party, once we know who the victim is of a coin flip, it's now down to a 50-50 because we've removed a possibility. So yeah, 50-50 all around, right?
We don't need your rules anymore. We'll find our own reasons to live.
He has a point. Graduation is meaningless here.
And we'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Wow! An actual talking robot. I've never seen one of those before.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Part of me is gonna miss Monokuma when these games are over.
Seriously?
What happened to Kokichi? Why isn't he here?
Aw, don't make that face, killer. This case has some unique circumstances.
Unique circumstances?
Oh, you dick. What? Just look to your immediate, well, I guess that would be left. Look to your left, you'll figure out what he means.
Because for this murder, the victim's identity is completely unknown. Given these circumstances,
Yep.
I decided to start off this class trial while the victim is still anonymous. After all, it'd be a shame if I let such a rare opportunity go to waste.
I was really hoping he would, though.
Is that possible? I thought everyone had to participate in the class trial.
What'd you do to Kyo's portrait? Like, all the others I get, various X's and the symbols on them. I don't know what the hell you did to that guy.
Don't worry, the person who's still alive is waiting behind the scenes for their cue. It's all part of the overall production. Anyway, let's get this trial moving!
Alrighty.
I guess we have no choice but to start the trial under these conditions.
What's there to even talk about? The Blackened is the mastermind, Kokichi. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of too.
Boy, if that's the only thing you can think of.
It's too soon to decide anything.
Good
for
job,
certain.
Himiko.
We don't even
Let's
know if
vote.
Kaito was the victim.
You're real keen on this voting thing.
How long are you going to say that? The victim is Kaito. End of discussion.
Okay, so let's go over a track record real quick of how many times I've been wrong. 0? Oh, great. Cool. Awesome. How about we just talk about it then, instead of this end of discussion bullshit? You're losing points rapidly, Maki.
But we need to be absolutely sure. If we don't positively identify the victim,
Maki thinks so too. You know, this is the one time I'm with Soichi
the
and
other
against
person will never
everyone
show
else.
themselves, right?
You gotta talk about the possibility.
Before we can identify a suspect, we need to determine who the victim is.
Alright, Kibo. You know what? Kibo. He's a bro. I wish he had been my sidekick, or the guy I was playing as this whole time. Kibo's awesome.
Why are we even talking about something so obvious? What a pain.
Occasionally a little naive, occasionally a little bit, you know, trigger happy on accusing people of robophobia. End of the day, he's a cool dude. Everyone thinks Kaito is the victim except for Kibo, but I have my doubts. Kibo stood with you in the past 2 scrum debates even though you're robophobic. Yeah, Kibo's a bro. There's still a chance Kaito is still alive. If we keep discussing the case, I'm sure we'll see the truth. More Kibo stands. That's what I want to see. Why is everyone so hot on this Kokichi fellow? Kibo's where it's at. Alright, what do we got?
The victim has to be Kaito.
Hydraulic press, his
Kaito was
coat.
taken prisoner by Kokichi,
He certainly was, can't argue with
so
that.
he could have killed him whenever he wanted.
Kokichi's clothes, Kokichi's disappearance. What does that one say? No one has seen Kokichi during the entire investigation or up until the start of the class trial.
And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
It's true, true.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it.
His
So the victim
clothes,
must be
surely,
Kaito.
yes.
And the culprit
Oh yeah,
must be
this is
Kokichi.
literally the first debate here.
Really good guy. Kazing! If only made
Kazing!
survive spells.
I think most mages can, is the idea. Yeah, hey, what's up, Arg? This is literally the first debate.
The victim
Seven
has
and I
to
just
be
been shooting the
Kaito.
breeze about how we probably shouldn't vote right away, with 7-9 very much on the side
So he
of
could have
vote
killed him whenever he
immediately,
wanted.
figure it out. Ah, you'll get it right, maybe.
The hydraulic press had
No evidence.
No evidence. Take that!
That's wrong!
And how it's Suichi's poison. Well, 7-9 talked about that.
I have
Of the
evidence that
2
points
people
to
involved in
Kokichi
the
being
conversation.
victim. I found this in the hangar.
Exactly one of them brought up Kokichi's poison. Or Soichi's poison, that was potentially used on Kokichi or Kaito. I'll let you decide which one of the 2 of us brought up the poison.
Is that Kokichi's coat?
Sure is.
Yes, and look here. There are bloodstains on the sleeve.
Shot in the arm and the back.
That would indicate that Kokichi suffered an external injury, correct?
2, actually, but sure.
Kokichi was injured.
7-9, you don't mean me. No, well, there were 2 people in the conversation. Sorry, Arg, I'm telling you. I'll let you decide whether it was 7-9 or I who brought up Suichi's poison.
The fact that these were flushed down the toilet implies that they are evidence of a crime.
What about it? Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press.
Okay, who flushed Kokichi's clothes then? He flushed his own jacket down the toilet? That doesn't make sense.
As long as we have that evidence, there's no doubt that Kaito was the one murdered.
That's incredibly flimsy. For an assassin to be saying that, especially.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 7-9.
That's right.
You'll never know
One
for
of those
sure.
Irrefutable evidence thingies.
But it's a safe guess. Ever since she found the body in the hangar... Did she find the body in the hangar? We found a pile of goo in the hangar. Maki's insisted that it's Kaito's. Like, really insistent. Kokichi felt like stripping down to further assess the dominance over Kaito. After he got shot? Why is that? I thought we had an understanding. I thought she'd want to believe Kaito was still alive. Either way, it seems Maki is hung up on Kaito's clothes. I'm pretty sure what's going on here, and we might take a while to get it, is that she knows Kaito's alive and is trying to have us vote for Kokichi so that Kaito can live because he's the best of us or some bullshit like that. They were doing kinky stuff in that bathroom. In that case, I need to demonstrate the flaw in relying on that evidence. If I do that, I think she'll realize there's a chance Kaito is alive.
Actually, there's something bothering me about the clothes found in the hydraulic press.
Which would mean Kaito is executed and Maki is still kicking around. Probably very annoyed at us for having, you know, Kaito be executed. But I mean, hey.
What about them?
Himiko, the other one, and Kibo are all, you know, probably grateful they're not dead, I would wager. Maki, just because it's Kaito's coat under pressure doesn't automatically... Yeah, no, exactly. That's a ridiculous thing to say. End of story. That's all it is. Something peculiar about the clothes. What's the question? Shit. The sleeve? The bloodstain. The sleeve?
That's it!
I feel like the bloodstain is
Why
on
was
the
the
sleeve.
sticking out of the hydraulic press.
Oh, those clothes. Okay, got it.
If Kaito had been crushed by the press, the sleeve shouldn't have been empty.
It's an excellent point.
There should have been an arm inside the sleeve as well. So the fact that we found an empty sleeve should...
Shall I kill that logic?
Don't put too much enthusiasm into that counter.
You're dumber than I thought if I have to go out of my way to explain it to you.
Is she going to insist the way he wore his coat means it wasn't,
If you can't even see that, then be quiet. Otherwise, you're just annoying me. The coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press.
Let me see real quick. I can't tell per se. Is that the one he always had his arm out of, or is that the one he always had his arm in? Because he definitely had his arm out of one of his sleeves. I remember it being really stupid. His coat would just fall off his shoulders. No idea how it stayed on that whole time. But I can't remember if that's the sleeve. Based on how it is, I'm assuming that would be his left arm. Which... Can I get a full body shot of Kaito here? Really can't. Think about it. Yeah, I think it's his left arm. Or the left arm sleeve that's sticking out there. Yeah, I can't get a full body shot of him.
It's rather telling.
Oh, shit.
It couldn't have been anyone else. But Kaito, if you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
Maki, you're even more murderous than usual. I need to do this well. I need to do well with this debate, or I think she's actually going to kill me.
The coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press. It's rather telling. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Go for him! There we go.
But Kaito, if you can't see that, Then you weren't looking hard enough.
I wasn't looking hard enough.
There's a hole with blood.
do you
His
mean?
arm was in it.
He always dressed himself.
Definitely
in a
at
rather
some
odd
point,
manner.
yeah. Oh, that makes way more
He
sense.
never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
Maki's claim appears solid, but I know that's not it. She's wrong. Okay,
He always
so
dressed himself in a rather odd manner.
bloodstain,
He never put his arms
hydraulic
through his
press,
coat sleeves.
Kaido's coat. Okay, yeah.
I'll cut through your words.
That makes way more sense. His right sleeve was always hanging loose. His left sleeve was always armed. Yeah, it was his left arm that had the arm.
Yes,
It was the left
that's true.
sleeve that had his
Kaito
arm in
never
it.
put his arm through his sleeve.
Yeah. I would have gotten there eventually. Thank you. There's a hole in it, so his arm was in that sleeve is a way more obvious and easier logical deduction. I should have caught that, so thank you, 7-9.
But that was just his right arm. He wore his left sleeve normally. And the left sleeve was the one we found outside the press. Knowing how Kaito wore his coat, that's oddly strange, isn't it?
Then maybe neither of his arms were through the sleeves.
Huh?
It's a possibility. In the end, your reasoning is full of holes.
Well, no it's not, and even if it were, that's just one hole.
Stop getting in my way. I have to defeat Kokichi.
Maki, what is going on? Seems you've made up your mind that Kaito is definitely dead. Why would you do
It's
that?
like Maki said, though. Kaito's gotta be the victim. Because if Kokichi, the mastermind, was dead, the killing game would be over. Yeah, that's true.
Monokuma, hurry up and bring Kokichi here. We already know who the victim is.
Huh? Already? You sure it's not too soon?
Well, do we have a penalty for getting it wrong?
We need the suspect present, now that he's the subject of our discussion.
Gotcha. I guess I'll bring him out now. Hey, Mr. Suspect! That's your cue!
It would be really, it'd be really something if it were Kokichi in here. Really? You're keeping him in an Exisal? That's... If it's actually Kokichi, what a fucking waste of my time.
An Exisal?
Well, given where he's standing in front of, got it, it's Kaito. Case closed. I mean, look where he's standing. Makes perfect sense.
What? Why is an Exisal here?
Game, set, match.
Whoops.
Yep.
My bad. Seems like I gave you guys a scare, huh?
Oh, boy. Oh, okay. I need a second. I thought he was just in it. I thought he was just, like, in the pilot seat or something. Go on. Ha.
Is that Kaito's voice?
Kaito?
There was a lot going on, so I just hid in an Exisal and kind of dozed off.
So are you an Exisal or are you in the Exisal?
That's why I'm so late. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
Because it says Exisal Kaito, so... Wait, that could... If you're just stuck in there, you could literally just be Kokichi with, like, a voice modulator or something. We don't know anything. Damn it! Ow! Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Hold on. Then the one that died wasn't Kaito.
Oh, dear.
Stupid! That was just a lie!
Okay, yep, there, yep. I'd like everyone in the chat to acknowledge that I called that.
You guys thought I died? I would never! No way!
Alright, but seriously, get out of the suit and let us see your face.
Kokichi?
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry.
Alright.
Wow, How old are you?
Alright, shut up. Feel attacked, I'm only 26. Yes? Yeah, I'm 26. He's immortal because he still haven't found his lab. Well...
I thought as much. Your appearance right now is fit for a lowly asshole like you.
Is he? He's in a giant robot with a gun. I don't really... Alright.
You're making me blush. You're getting so angry over me.
Is that really you, Kokichi?
Get out of the damn suit. Called up a trial is still very far from over. I mean, yeah, no, until somebody actually crawls out of the suit, given this trial, I'm just gonna assume that's Karumi in there.
That's right, Crackerjack.
Seriously, how old are you?
Shut up, you.
Then why are you hiding in there? Show yourself.
Oh, this is more for self-defense. Little Miss Cranky Pants would kill me if I showed myself. I understand how you guys must feel. You can't believe it because I'm like this, right?
I am suspect.
That's what I thought. In that case, I brought evidence.
Evidence?
Ta-da! The video camera.
There was a video camera?
It was in the warehouse, but I brought it to the hangar, just in case.
Can I get sausage with my eggs today? Is that a dick joke?
Man, that was a smart move. Thanks to this, I filmed it so everyone could see it clearly the moment the victim died.
Alright, well that's pretty incriminating. Let's see it.
What did you say?
Alrighty then. Let's watch this shocking moment. Hey, Monokuma. Can you connect the video camera to the monitor?
Roger that!
Monokuma grabbed the camera from the Exisal, hooked it up to the courtroom's monitor. It has one of those, and played the tape for us. Alright, well that is pretty damning. You know what? I'll go ahead and say it. That's pretty damning. Not sure, given 7-9's sense of humor, but given his sense of humor, it could very well be. Looks like Kaito to me. I mean, yeah, no, skepticism aside, that is, that's pretty damning. You could argue that it was spliced. There's security features that suggest it shouldn't be able to do that if it detected life. Meaning he was already dead before that happened, but then that raises the question of how'd he die before that happened. I mean, geez. Video evidence, if only we had that in the previous trials. It would have made them a lot shorter.
Kaito?
This is terrible! Why would something like this?
I saw it through my fingers. The moment Kaito was crushed.
It's kind of awkward with the arm just vibing behind her like that. Anyway.
By the way, I'd like to add that this footage has not been doctored in any way.
Alright, can you prove that?
This video camera only has the basic functions.
Yep, that'd do it. Alright, so... Kaito was already dead before he was crushed?
Just the play, record, and pause buttons, so you can't edit after filming it. And of course, I didn't upload it to a computer to edit it.
You can't really put it's hard to put on cameras that basic video back onto a camera, so I do believe that.
Right, Monokuma?
Having done rather a lot of editing over the last 10 years, I know that to be true.
Oh, you can talk. Your answer is necessary for a fair discussion.
I see. If it's necessary for a fair discussion, then I will answer. No trace of that footage was found on any of the computers inside the Academy.
See? If it wasn't connected to any computer, then editing the footage would be impossible. Which means this footage is 100% real.
Yeah, but again, he was dead before it crushed him. Not to be a bad sport, but the video evidence could have been tampered with in a number of ways, so it still can be either Kokichi or Kaito who's dead. Well, they're currently explaining how it wasn't tampered with. It literally says on screen as I read your chat message, the footage is 100% real. There's only two ways it's not what it is. It could be Suichi. I doubt it. Way number one is that he was already dead, which is what I'm thinking by the time he was thrown into the press, since the press will stop if it detects life. So, meh. 2, he was somehow 26% chance. That was Kokichi, and he was just like made up to look like Kaito. But I feel like at that point there would have been talk about from, you know, Meg Turney, how her, you know, lab had been broken into or something. So, call me a skeptic.
If that's the case, then it would seem our suspicions can be lifted.
I'm definitely in the that was already dead by the time it was crushed camp of thoughts here.
The body we found inside the hangar, crushed in the hydraulic press, is definitely Kaito.
Murder video's been... Okay, let me see this murder video. That's the map. Okay. I wish I could get a bigger image of that. Video shot with a camera from the Exisal. It shows the moment Kaito was crushed by the hydraulic press. Well, I mean, his pants don't fit. But that could just be Kaito, you know? And the other thing is his pants wouldn't be too short, because Kokichi is smaller than Kaito. I don't know. Let's discuss his fashion blunders some more. I don't think we need to. The man's dead. I'll let him die with his mistakes of fashion. True, but there are other ways to tamper with video recording than using editing software. Not on really old-ass cameras. The only way it would well, no, because you can't even splice videos together on an old-ass camera. You can't just, like... Depending on how old it is, I don't know how old that camera was, you can't just pause the recording, shift some things around, and then zoom recording. There would, first of all, be a very obvious edit, and secondly, again, depending on the age of the camera, you might not even be able to do that. It's possible on newer cameras, but, you know. They went out of their way to point out it was old, so, meh. Was that really him?
Poor Kaito. I can't believe he died such a horrible death.
Yeah, about that.
He died with his guts and his brain splattered all over that machine.
You sound like you're getting aroused by that, which is unfortunate.
Stop it! Now I'm starting to not feel well.
Oh, just now.
Probably because I used my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
Solid target.
I know that's a joke, but the thought of it...
Why was Kaito killed? Well, I mean... Do you need an explanation of why the human body can't survive a hydraulic press? Kokichi had no reason to kill Kaito. He had just told us all that he was the mastermind, the killing game was over. So what would he gain by killing Kaito?
It looks like you finally believe that I'm the one in this exisal.
Just, you know, a little peek in the window wouldn't...
Yes. With that, we can definitively say that the culprit is... you.
Huh? Why?
You filmed the moment the victim died, which means you were present at the scene.
Why?
As the person who filmed this footage,
what a
you're
fucking
the only
dickhead
one who
move.
can be the culprit.
Wait, why? What do you mean, why? You just came in with a snuff film and your dick out. What do you mean? Come on, man.
But if the
Meet me
culprit found
halfway.
the video, why would they go out of their way to show it?
Oh man, you got me! Yeah, I'm the culprit.
Goddamn asshole. What?
Jeez, I totally dug my own grave.
Yeah, really sounds like we got him, didn't we, guys?
Here's the truth. I decided to participate in this trial in an exisal after I killed Kaito.
Who are these boys you refer to there, 7-9, every time you you order them around to book them?
Of course, it was mostly to make the victim unknown. To jazz up this trial. I took that footage for proof, so I could reveal it after you guys get the correct answer. But I totally spaced out. I wasn't supposed to show it right away.
I don't believe you.
So does that mean you admit to the crime?
Boy, he's never done that before.
Oh, man. I I dug my own grave again?
I believe him. It's Kokichi. Himiko not really sure that it was the press that killed Kaito or Kokichi. Either could and would most likely already be dead by the time their body was placed in the press. I don't know. I'm convinced that they were already dead by the time the body was in the press. I'm like... Until I actually see who's in that damn robot, there's a part of my brain that's like, it could still be Kokichi who died in that press. But the odds are slim, you know? Like, the mannerisms of this bot are very Kokichi, and it'd be hard to emulate that, I think. There's a 0% chance it was Suichi. I'll go ahead and stake my reputation on that.
I don't think you guys will believe any of the excuses I make now.
100 gifted subs if Kokichi's the one who died in that press.
So, I give up.
You're giving up? Does that mean it's been decided?
Is it okay that this trial was so short?
I mean,
That's
not
right.
really.
We knew from the very start that Kokichi was the killer. But before we vote, I want to say something to Kokichi. You may be the mastermind, but I won't let you escape after you violated the rules. That would desecrate the killing.
Well, it
that
very
Hiroshima
well
created,
could
right?
still be Kokichi, as Suichi pointed out. Kokichi has no reason to kill Kaito. Yeah, there's really no reason to kill him. Combined with... There was no reason for him to hide his jacket. There's no reason for him to, like, come forward and show the tape. He's clearly leading us on. I think what happened is, if... There is a third possibility here that has now occurred to me, and that's that somehow somebody got in to the warehouse and just kind of popped crossbows off and hit a few targets, critically wounding probably Kokichi and maybe killed Kaito. Kokichi, sensing an opportunity, staged the hell out of a crime scene, but didn't actually kill him. It was whoever ran in and popped off the crossbow. That's the other possibility.
Junko Enoshima.
Junko?
Who?
Whatever. It's voting time now. Let's go before Kokichi changes his...
Who knows how to assemble that crossbow? Suichi? That too is possible. Well, Maki definitely knows, and she showed Kaito. But he's kind of dumb, so...
No, hold on a second. This isn't right.
It's possible he assembled it wrong and just shot himself. Boy, that would be amazing. Like, god damn it, dude. Shot himself, turned it around, tried to shoot Kokichi. Too late by that point. I would fully believe
The
that.
culprit comes in, confesses to the crime, and the trial ends? That's not how this goes.
It is too bloody
Doesn't sound like
convenient.
the kind of game Kokichi or Monokuma or Junko would play.
What if the mastermind got tired of it? The remnants of despair were like
Then they
that.
wouldn't have killed.
No, if they were tired of it, they wouldn't have put all that effort into the video. There would have been no need for this class trial in the first place.
This is a farce.
Something's not right.
It's a kangaroo
We need to
court,
get a
damn it.
feel for the situation. I think Kokichi has some sort of plan. He's trying to trap us.
Surely Maki can agree to that, right? Because this is clearly suspicious.
Trap us. Are you saying Kokichi isn't the culprit?
Not necessarily, but I feel like we should talk about it a little more. Skylar, what's up? Showed both Kaito and Suichi. Have you guys found out who died? Well, we saw a certain someone get crushed in a press and another person's hanging out in a robot. I'm not convinced, though, that there's a lot happening. I'm not ready to definitively say who is dead, so do avoid spoilers.
Then, are you suggesting one of us is the culprit?
Yeah, what's up, Skylar? Arsement. Arsement. I'm just gonna say Skylar, because arsement doesn't sound pleasant at all. No offense to you. Ooh.
If it's not Kokichi, then the culprit must be one of us.
One of us?
I don't...
That's not possible.
Well,
No, I didn't say that. I was just saying it's dangerous to trust Kokichi.
Shuichi is so distrusting.
It's dangerous to trust Kokichi could have been the tagline of this game. Just saying.
But it's exactly like Shuichi said. I'm actually not the culprit.
I haven't made it this far in the game, so alright, chances you're spoiling it, pretty slim. Feel free to guesstimate along with me. Other chatty members in the chat have made it this far into the game. Maybe not Darkflame, bad example. What's up, Darkflame? But Arg and 7-9 absolutely have made it this far into the game. Seriously?
What? But that contradicts what you said previously.
Yeah, he never does that.
Yuppers, that was a lie. Sorry, I lied again. The real culprit of this case is super bad at hiding themselves, so I thought I could help.
Alright, so... the first murder. Fair enough. Second murder. Why didn't you target Kokichi? Could have saved us a lot of headaches if you had just targeted that guy.
I pretended to be the culprit by using the footage. It made the game more interesting.
You know what? I 100% believe that.
Are you serious?
What's the truth and what's a lie? I don't know anymore.
It's fine. Because Kokichi is the culprit.
Say what you want about Kokichi, he's having fun. That's more than he can say about anyone else in this game. He's having fun. Even if Kokichi is the culprit, he isn't the type of person to just come out and admit it without some ulterior motive, obviously. He's setting a trap is a very good possibility. I'd say it's a guarantee. Much like your thoughts on Kyu always being up to something, he's always setting a trap, even when he's not setting a trap. To be fair, each murderer plans on winning, so they're not trying to kill Kokichi for the greater good. They chose the easiest targets. Right, okay, but I would factor into, if I got caught, I might as well take out someone who's a problem.
He killed Kaito. No matter how much he deceives us, it won't change our minds. The footage shows he did it. Kokichi has to be the only option.
Only option? Is that really true? We're just gonna leave it at that. I mean, obviously not. I don't think Kokichi is, but there's a possibility because he does lie. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's the culprit. I think...
There's no doubt that
because...
Kokichi is
hold
the
on.
culprit.
Let me... wait, I think it said it right here. Yeah, the safety function. So, hydraulic press' safety function causes it to stop when its infrared sensors detect a living thing. Meaning that footage...
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator.
Thank you, Skylar, you shrewd negotiator. You for that shrewd follow. As soon as you showed up, I could tell you were a shrewd negotiator. So yeah, I think that whoever was in that hydraulic press was dead before it was activated. So that's why I'm operating under the assumption that perhaps someone else accidentally, or maybe it was himself even, killed Kaito, and Kokichi, sensing an opportunity, staged the hell out of a crime scene and forged it. Waiting for Evil Geniuses 2 to release. Good on you. Again, I had no idea they were only on 2 of those games. I figured there was more than one. It can't be Kokichi because the rules of the chat dictate that he's immortal because his lab hasn't been found. Checkmate, atheists.
It's all that footage from earlier, right?
You're not wrong. Oh, well, hold on. I missed. Shit. Alright, well, I'll try again.
That crime?
Skip through this.
Was it Kaito in the hangar?
With
Kokichi
I love it. Makes me laugh every time.
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. You saw that footage from earlier, right?
I'm gonna miss the 2 things I'm gonna miss the most in this game when I'm done with the series: Monokuma and Chipmunk mode. Every game needs Chipmunk mode. Kind of twisted charm to Kokichi. No one ever knows if he's scheming, and also good luck with ever getting a straight answer from him. Yep. Safety function makes it impossible. Yep.
Safety function.
Yes, it was written on the safety precaution.
Meanwhile, Kibo continues to be a bro.
The hydraulic press will automatically stop if its infrared sensor detects a living organism.
So the hydraulic press won't move at all if there's a living person under it?
Which is why it couldn't have been used to kill Kaito.
Which means it's more likely that Kaito was crushed after being killed by some other means.
Yeah, Kibo, for all the points Maki is losing with this stubborn insistence that it's Kokichi, who it might still be, who the hell knows, Kibo is gaining those points. He was already doing pretty well, but...
So saw in that video. He was
I like that
already
Shuichi
dead
tries
by
to
then?
learn himself and the lies in the game. Learn himself, excuse me. And his lies in the game. Thanks, Kibo.
But you could disable the infrared sensor of the safety function with an electro bomb.
Well, that would have disabled the entire hydraulic press then.
No. I don't think Kokichi would use an electro bomb for that purpose.
Yay, Kaito is dead. Not a lot of Kaito fans
It
around
would
here.
have taken down the hangar's alarm system and the Exosoul's remote control.
It would have put Kokichi at a significant disadvantage.
But you can't be too sure I wouldn't do that. I'm the type who would do anything for fun.
Also, we don't have any evidence of a different murder method other than the hydraulic
Really feel like you should have interrupted her game, because now I look like an asshole for not having clicked at the right time.
No, we do. I have a plausible theory for the murder.
Well, let's think. There's a crossbow, some bloody crossbow bolts, a crossbow hole in the sleeve of one of the gentlemen, a crossbow hole in the sleeve and back of the other gentleman. So, I don't know how I feel about Kaito. Most people don't care for him. He's kind of annoying. Kind of didn't make it easy to like him, though. Yeah, I mean, he means well, but God, he is... It's not thick, it's not... dense, I guess, kinda. He's... Yeah, there's some word for it that Kaito is, and he's just... not, you know? Yes, there's a clue that suggests the victim was killed before being crushed. Found it somewhere in the hydraulic press. I would say the crossbow. While there is a small empty bottle labeled poison, I believe it's the crossbow. Crossbow was in the bathroom. Perhaps the victim was killed there. There should be evidence of the body being carried to the hydraulic press. Gosh, you're right. There should be. I can't open up my truth bullets, but I mean, really. What a stupid thing to say. You saw the room! Maki, please. Even 7-9 is like, come on. You know better. Was there any evidence? Oh gosh. What do you mean? What? Excuse you? Ahem. You're right. Let's just look. The swipe blood pattern. Surely that wouldn't have sufficed. What the? I thought it was a two-parter. It's like, was there any evidence? Oh yeah, you know, this. Can I just show you the pattern? Oh my god. How dare you,
There's a
game?
swipe pattern bloodstain in the hangar.
How
suggesting
dare
the body
you?
was dragged.
They even had dialogue because they knew people would pick the crossbow, only for her to be like, show me the evidence that someone was moved, which wasn't the question that was being asked. And then they had the audacity to take health away from me. Fuck you. What the hell was that? There's a big difference between meaning well and doing well. As the old proverb goes, road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, yes, I suppose. I object.
The bloodstain goes from the bathroom all the way to the press.
If she asks me what made that bloodstain, I'm gonna kill her.
Oh, that was the restroom where Kaito was being held, wasn't it?
Oh my god.
Bloodstains were also found inside the bathroom. That can't be coincidence.
Oh yeah, and hey, what's that in the top left over there? Oh, crossbow bolts, you say? Stained with blood? I wonder how they got there.
So Kaito was killed in the restroom, then dragged to the press and crushed?
Yep.
If the bloodstain even was Kaito's.
Okay, now you're suggesting it's not?
What?
We only guessed that Kaito was killed in the bathroom.
Yes.
Since his body was crushed, we'll never know if Kaito died some other way.
Well, I mean, we do. We just explained that the safety feature, if he were alive, wouldn't have killed him. So, yeah, he did die some other way. Might not be able to examine the body, but we do have evidence that suggests a cause of death. Gee, what could it be? Ah, what's that hole? Right there. In the sleeve.
The small hole on the sleeve of Kaito's coat is the key to his cause of death.
The small hole?
Yeah, you know, the one stained with blood around it, big enough for, oh, I don't know. Maybe a bullet. What could have done that? A dart? Ooh, a javelin. I bet a javelin killed him. He was harpooned to death.
No, there is no way that hole's got anything to do with the weapon.
Ah, right. Now we get into your...
You with my everything you buy will go on sale the next day curse.
Joke's on you, I'm poor. I don't buy that much.
Himiko, what's wrong? Why are you freaking out all of a sudden?
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying it's impossible for the weapon to be that small.
I mean, it's not. I can show you. The weapon that left it, what could it be? You know what? I bet it's the swipe blood pattern. Seems pretty sus, right? I mean, really. So if they have it, I'm going to present the crossbow. If it's the 3 arrows, I'm going to end the stream right here and now.
This is it!
Okay, thank you. Christ alive.
I believe the weapon was the crossbow found in the bathroom.
Outrage. This is the most I've been angry at this game. Jesus. Hole which is just the right size for a bullet or an arrow to pass through it. That's why I think it's a javelin.
A crossbow arrow would certainly leave a hole that small.
And also there was a crossbow at the scene, so you know.
Can we then conclude that Kaito was shot with that crossbow?
Based on that circumstantial evidence? A gravel full of swimsuit. Yep. Obviously.
So, that crossbow just might be the actual murder weapon used to kill Kaito.
I see. It's so surprising that a crossbow is the murder weapon.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. A magician should be better at lying. Just saying, you know? 10 out of 10 acting. Was it? I think you forgot a 0 on that second 10 there.
Seriously, Himiko, what's wrong?
Throw another 0 after that second 10 and then I concede, yeah.
He probably needs to pee.
That-
Anyway, about Kaito getting shot. If that was his cause of death, then I wonder who shot him with the crossbow.
Cool cover story there. Smart needs
Well,
to be.
I
Yep.
already know, but I won't tell you.
He's just
Uh,
playing with
of course he is.
Then let's show him that playtime is over.
You sober yet? I mean, I haven't had anything to drink since Sunday, I think? I might have had a drink on Sunday. Today is Monday, so alright, that's... Bad example. I didn't have anything to drink Monday. I definitely drank Saturday.
Let's show him that the students of Hope's Peak Academy will never submit to despair.
Yeah, I did not drink last night, and today is Monday, so yeah, I've been sober since Saturday. Woke up with a rude hangover on Saturday, though. I'll admit that.
Hope? Despair?
Alright, what do we got? Bloodstain, crossbow, arrows, bathroom, hangers, front shutter. Hag!
What a
What?
mystery, right, guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
We couldn't
the
go in the
hangar.
hangar.
So,
Alarm system and electric barrier were in the way.
that was a lot of time
Go
I
in
got
the
back.
hangar. And Kokichi had been in there, then he must be the one.
Thought this case would make you want to drink.
see.
I can't.
So
I
I'm
got
the
work later
culprit.
today. They're telling lies or acting, or having a poker face. Yeah, a magician should have some sort of ability to convince people that they're not lying.
I wonder who shot
A
Kaito.
performer and all that. Hag! Why is
What a
Hag
mystery,
there?
right, guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
So it's bathroom window
The shot
on
would need to be fired
from inside. Right.
from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
There you go.
That's wrong.
Even without going in the hangar, it was possible to land a shot with a crossbow. There was a window in the bathroom of the hangar.
That said, I don't think a wrist injury... I mean, it looks like it went through his sleeve, so it probably went through his arm. If it hit a vein, maybe it would have, like, killed him slowly, but it certainly wouldn't have killed him instantly.
Maybe it wasn't possible to get in, but you could have shot through the window. And remember that Kaito was confined to the bathroom.
What if it was poisoned by
Shot Kaito
Shuichi?
through the window.
I
They
mean-
could have killed him in the hangar.
There definitely is a bottle of poison at the scene that I'm waiting to see how that even is relevant. The arrows I figured out because of the destruction of clothing.
Which means the murder suspect list grows to 6 people, including me!
What did you say?
But put plainly, that means...
It seems Shuichi wants to make one of us the culprit. Is that it?
You know, I'm not a fan of that phrasing, Maki.
Is that what a detective does?
No, a detective finds the truth. We've been over that and done it like 4 times now, so let me do my thing.
Huh?
Do detectives always accuse people, even when they're friends?
I mean, yes. You can't be blinded by friendship on the job. That's okay, well, it's kind of like an assassin. I know that's a weird example to use with you, but you have to separate, your connections with other people and the jobs that you take. I don't know why I picked assassin to explain that metaphor to you, but I'm sure you'll be able to draw a connection there somehow. What the culprit stole from Shuichi's lab? I mean, probably
Seems like
did.
it. You suspected Kaito in the previous class trial, too.
Did I? No, I didn't.
You're always suspicious of your friends.
I absolutely did not. In fact, I pointed out it couldn't have been in because he was logged out and she was killed in the virtual world.
What's wrong, Maki? You seem like you're kind of on edge.
Of course I am. When we said we would defeat the remnants of despair, someone got in our way.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to...
It doesn't matter how much you get in my way. I will absolutely defeat Kokichi.
Cool. Do it on your own time when we're not on trial, thank you.
I won't let despair escape. I won't let it win.
Now, let's stop this boring fight and continue on with the not-so-boring trial. So we all agree that the murder could be done by anyone and not just me, right?
Actually, I'd argue if we're insisting that someone with a crossbow killed him from the bathroom window, it's probably not Kokichi. Because that would mean he left the hangar, went around, shot him from a window, and then went all the way back around, which just seems like a lot of effort.
That might be true, but I didn't know about the window.
Could have been poisonous arrow. Yeah, it could be. Kokichi or Kaito were killed at nighttime. Culprit could have waited until deceased bled out to death and then placed on the press. Why is Kokichi in a mech now? The reason the game gave is because he's hiding there so that Maki doesn't just immediately kill him. He's got, it's his defense mechanism.
Neither did I.
You knew about the window. What the hell are you on about?
Really, Himiko? What's the matter? You've been weird since we mentioned small holes.
What? Are you after my small hole too?
You know what? I'll be honest. A joke like that did occur to me. I decided to be classy and not bring it up. I'm just gonna leave that there.
See? Now that's definitely weird.
Look at it this way. Just because the culprit could be anyone, not everyone is a suspect. We can pretty much narrow it down to anyone who knew about the crossbow.
True.
Never knew about any crossbows. In other words, I'm not suspicious. There's no way you can consider me.
Hey.
It does concern me that Himiko went to the hangar last night.
I was about to say, Kibo, can you just, please?
Whoa, really?
Small hole
You went to
requires
the
a big
hangar,
stick.
Himiko?
I don't know what kind of games of golf you're playing, but, no, you usually don't want the bigger sticks on the, smaller holes. You want the big sticks on the par 5s and the very rare par 6s, not in the par 3s. You want more the smaller drivers, you know what I mean?
Yes, she
See.
did. I definitely saw her.
See what I did there? I turned his dick joke into a golf joke. That's never been done before, ever.
It's awfully suspicious that you went to the hangar last night. Okay, then the culprit is Himiko.
Alright, now you're sounding like 7-9.
Wait! Don't say it's me! Maki's more suspicious than I am.
What?
He was watching Himiko's small hole.
Research lab, right?
Don't think that's true.
You could have gotten that crossbow whenever you wanted.
Anyone could have gone to her research lab, though. She's not the only suspect.
I don't know about that. She's definitely the most suspicious.
More so than Kokichi, huh?
Even if you make that scary face at me, I'm not gonna get scared.
Because if you start panicking, then we'll know that you're the culprit.
I said I'm not the culprit! I swear! Kokichi's the suspicious one! Maki too! They're both the culprits!
There's nothing suspicious about this.
Why am I a suspect? Anyone could have entered my research lab.
Yeah, but you know how to use the crossbow.
I'll admit that I'm suspicious. Okay, maybe I am the culprit.
God damn it.
Maybe I'm the
I'm the
culprit.
culprit!
I'm not. There's no way. It might be me. I'll cop to that. Alright, so... Lock, bottle, account. What was the other one? Pistol? Poison, okay. So, what's Kibo's account? Night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen going to the hangar, coming back from the exercise. She had a black bag with her on the way there. She didn't have it when she came back. Well, that would be it then.
Only replenishing my magic.
Replenishing your magic.
There's a good magic source around there.
That-
They're empty-handed. Number one.
What?
I heard it.
Alright. I'm a terrible... that's how you know I didn't kill him. I'm a terrible shot. Could not have been me.
You said that you went to the hangar empty-handed, but that's a lie.
My
isn't it?
aim is hot garbage.
What are you talking about? It's not a lie.
But Kibo saw you.
Yeah, he literally
He said you
has...
were headed toward the hangar carrying a large black bag.
Yeah.
Yes, Himiko was definitely carrying a large black bag.
No! That was probably Tsumugi cosplaying as me!
I mean, despite you being quite the character. That didn't happen.
You know I can't cosplay as someone unless they're a fictional character.
Himiko, this is the bag you were carrying, isn't it?
Why do you have that?
That's the crossbow case.
Yeah, funny that.
There's no mistake. That is the bag I saw Himiko carrying.
What? Hold on. Himiko went to the hangar with a crossbow?
Looks bad for Himiko. There you go, 7-9. A real solid nyeh. That's almost Joey levels of nyeh from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Tsumugi can't cause of Cospox. It's true. What could have been a really interesting motivation for her character to kill somebody, disguising herself as somebody, they immediately said, no, it's not that, because she just can't cosplay other people.
Uh-oh.
Misstep on the
It's
writing, I
decided
think.
then.
Wait! That's wrong! I just brought it there. I didn't shoot it. It's the truth! Please believe me!
You're right. I believe you. Himiko is totally telling the truth.
Not you! If you believe me, it makes me look like I'm lying!
That is true. But can we really trust Himiko here? She's acting very suspiciously. Crossbow, 3 arrows, small empty bottle, exerciles, and poison.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow!
Another true statement.
And that's all! I didn't do anything else in the hangar!
100% exactamundo.
Maybe the poison? No, I would agree with
This all
that.
sounds so fishy.
Would have to agree with that.
But Kokichi won't shut up! Get out
Maybe Himiko just brought it for the culprit, just a theory. Yeah, maybe. Hit Kaito with a crossbow, you'd have to be fairly good with it. Could Himiko have done this?
Not the culprit!
What does it say about the crossbow? A disassembled crossbow from the Ultimate Assassin's research lab. It was stored in a large place. It was complicated to assemble and would have been difficult for anyone who wasn't taught how. Alright, that's pretty damning.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
I didn't even use the
Crossbow. Oh, fuck you!
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't.
Aim is garbage. You could make like a solid 10-hour compilation of me screwing up my shots in this game. I feel like it's more in this game than the other games too.
Yep, that's true too.
I feel like in 1 and 2 I was a pretty good shot. You!
Another true statement.
Running out of time here. Your defense, the words move weirdly. Yeah, they do. But that only is like a defense on a couple of them.
Yep, that's true too.
There are some I really should have hit, and they just, you know, I time it poorly. It didn't even fire!
Another true statement.
I clicked the button, the sound effect played, and it didn't fire! What do you want from me, game? Oh, you know what's more annoying? My gun jamming, apparently. Clean the barrel of your truth revolver, God's sakes. Suichi, ultimate not great at taking care of his guns, I see. There we go, Jesus Christ. That took like 4 more attempts than it should have.
I don't think Himiko used the crossbow. More accurately, she couldn't use it.
I wanted to make that point like 5 minutes ago, but I had trouble kind of pinning down the right statement. It's weird. My mind palace is a mess. I enjoyed that debate, though. Did ya? Okay. As long as it wasn't my flubbing that you enjoyed.
Inside this case was disassembled.
Suichi's the ultimate emo. No, that's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Kaito and I learned how to assemble the crossbow from Maki, so we could have done it.
He's emo enough that he transcends into this game.
But I don't believe someone without the proper training could have assembled it.
Well, what if Maki taught Himiko how to assemble the crossbow?
Yeah, did you?
She didn't teach me that, right, Maki? What's wrong? Are you mad about before? Sorry. I thought they were gonna suspect me, so I lied.
What's this?
I really have to question your morals if you're blaming Maki for your lie, Himiko.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that.
I'm sorry, Maki. Please, can you tell them the truth?
Fine. I'm not going to lie.
Really? Because I feel like you have been.
I didn't teach Himiko how to assemble the crossbow. She couldn't have used it.
See? I told you! It's just like I said. Everyone who suspected me needs to apologize right now!
That means no one important. Okay, moving on.
She changed back so fast. I think I might have whiplash now.
I told her the night before. Wow. Really could have thrown her under the bus.
Then, why did you bring the crossbow to the hangar, Himiko?
I was asked to.
By whom? Perhaps the person who asked was, why is that on me? I don't know, Kaito, I guess?
That's it!
Damn it, Kiba.
Was it Kaito?
Suichi, if you had just, let her speak, she probably would have told you. Did you really have to, as your pride as a detective, leap in to be like, it was Kaito, wasn't it? I knew that. I'm the ultimate detective. Ahem. Smoggy, what are you still doing here? You probably sit this one out. That's true of, every trial. She has been... I don't think it's unfair to say, in all 3 Danganronpa games, she is the least useful NPC. She has done nothing bad or good. She has just existed. Hiro in the first game and Aoi in the second game, they had moments where it was clear they were heavily involved in a case. Sonya had moments where she was clearly involved. Soda had moments where he was clearly involved. Fuyuhiko, huge player in that game. Who else was alive by the end of that? Akane, Actually, she didn't really have a lot going on. She just had a great set of tits. Other than Akane, yeah, Tsumugi is definitely, like, the least useful.
Huh? Kaito?
And I mean, Akane at least gave us Mechamaru, right? Like, by proxy, so, kinda mattered. She's just here to react. And I guess she was involved in that, that one where the illness hit the island and they started changing their personalities. She was somewhat involved in that.
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar. Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it. Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Probably not.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
Because I know you like me.
Damn, got her. She didn't do any good or bad by default of never having done anything at all. That's true. I guess Akane at least did some things. It wasn't particularly good or bad, but she at least did some things. Everyone likes Kokichi.
Nuh-uh. I hate you.
I'm gonna have to disagree, based on the evidence on screen.
But I like you.
I don't really believe you. Good gag, though. I like that.
Hey, don't play with Himiko's heart.
Which is a cool antagonist, in my opinion. Oh yeah, as far as antagonists go, he's great. Yeah, he's a villain you'll love to hate. I'll give him that. Maybe Kaito is trying to keep a promise we made yesterday. Don't worry, I'll do something about all this. That's a promise. All you guys are working so hard, so I can't just sit back and relax. So do you think the idiot got himself killed?
A secret, Himiko.
And then Kokichi, rather disrespectfully, hucked his body into a crusher?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret.
That's entirely possible, I'm pretty sure. Well, that too, and everyone other than Kaito could have just walked into Maki's lab and taken the crossbow. Even Kokichi could have snuck in to take it. Well, yeah, but I mean, we know it was Himiko because Kibo saw her. We have that testimony.
Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Don't bully the person you like.
Damn. Got him.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Himiko, when exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
It's interesting. It's going to be very interesting if Himiko now believes Kokichi actually likes her, and then, even a step further, tries to be the assertive one in the relationship. Like, that's a fucking power dynamic right there.
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me.
You took a walk near the hangar where an evil mastermind and his hostage were, and there were like a bunch of angry robots patrolling. You just decided that was a pleasant moonlight stroll location? You're a fucking idiot, and I hope you die.
I got startled and wet myself a little.
Point is, anybody
And then he
else
asked me
but
to get
Kaito
the
could
crossbow.
freely have gotten the crossbow. Well, yes, anyone has the possibility. But, I mean, we know who it was, so it's a little bit pointless to speculate on who it could have been at this point.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind.
Wait, that one part. Hold on. What was said? Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Could have left that middle part out. Didn't need it.
So if Kaito asked for a crossbow, does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
Her lab isn't the most guarded place. No, weirdly, the lab full of weapons is not the most guarded place. You raise a good point. And because there was a good mana replenishing zone or something near there. Yeah, but she also could have been full of shit about that. Kaito asked for a crossbow. Does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise. I trusted Kaito.
Himiko,
and took a
lie.
crossbow from
Unheard of.
Maki's lab.
Well, you're right. The way she says it's not a magic trick.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
It's just straight magic.
But then, what did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorms.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi. only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
Yeah, that's the part I'm hung up on. And there's proof of that. It's the clothes. I'm gonna assume either one of their clothings would do it. Small holes are found, both holes have traces of blood around them.
This is it!
Yeah, I would assume either one of their clothes would have proved
Remember
that.
that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
Yes.
Then it was Kaito who shot him, right?
That checks out.
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
Yeah, on that note, how'd you treat your wounds? Because you have a crossbow wound in your back and arm based on the status of your clothing.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow,
But how did
doesn't
Kokichi
matter.
get the crossbow and shoot Kaito?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
That's a more reasonable conclusion to come to than you have been coming to. But I still think we should talk it out. Maki's been acting strangely, but why? Does she know something? If so, what does she know?
Maybe Maki's right. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. 'Cause in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
You already saw Kokichi can outmaneuver Kaito during Chapter 4 post-trial. Yeah, but that was when he was coming right at him. If he got the drop on him, which a shot in the back would suggest he did, I don't know if he'd be able to outmaneuver him. More to the point, you have to go back to the fact that the hydraulic press wouldn't crush somebody that was still alive. So, at some point, he died.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
Who cares about that? Me. Hopefully Kibo got my back on this one, please.
You sure about that?
Also, thanks, Monokuma. You really like chiming in to help out my point during this trial. Ultimate Supreme Leader's execution. That would be interesting.
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things.
Exactly. Judge, Monokuma, Your Honor, whichever you prefer. Objection to the voting now. We've got all this evidence I haven't used yet. What'd I pick this crap up for if I can't throw it around at people and shoot them with truth bullets?
After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter. For example, is Kokichi really inside that exisal? Stuff like that.
What?
What? I mean, I think maybe. It's hard to... I think it'd be hard to emulate Kokichi's personality.
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
See, now, despite it sounding like Kaito, that's a very Kokichi thing to do. It's why...
Ha! Because of that, nobody realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi.
Again, that's a very Kokichi thing to do. That's not a Kaito thing to do.
But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys!
You gonna leap back? Okay, yep, thanks. Alright. Welcome back to this
Luminary
side.
of the Stars has arrived. This time for real.
Oh, dear. It does sound like Kaito, but I don't think Kaito is smart enough or cruel enough to pretend to be Kokichi.
What? What's going on?
Jesus.
I told you, I'm Kaito. I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice. Sorry about tricking you guys like that. My bad.
So Kaito's in there after all?
Don't be stupid. How many times are you going to be tricked by him? That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
That's an angry Maki.
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, thank you, Kibo. Best boy, Kibo. We stand
Can't
Kibo
move
around
because
here.
of the injury I got from Kokichi.
Can't move because of the injury you got from Kokichi. No, so does that mean... I don't know what that
It's
means.
so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Kibo really do be that dude. I like Kibo, man. He's gaining a lot of favor with me right now.
Is that so?
You got shot in the arm. Why can't you stand?
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. The plot twists and the stories with the game, they're getting kind of old. I was kind of getting numb to it. I was like, yeah, he's evil. Yeah, the cult thing, huh? Yeah, the world's over. Blah, blah, blah. We've been there. Let's just wrap this game up. This trial kind of brought it back. I got no idea what's going on. I can't predict this. I can't be ready for this. I can't mentally prepare myself. Maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it true? Who knows? What story does the evidence tell? Does the story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? Nobody knows. Know why, Kokichi? Seems like Kaito. Ah, best boy really dead? Who can say? What were they smoking when they submitted this script in the writer's room, do you think? They're like, alright, boys, we just wrapped up the virtual world killing. I don't know why us Japanese writers sound like this, but it's a weird day, I guess. So, what do we got for Chapter 5? What's up next? One guy taking a huge hit on a blunt after snorting heroin, that's how it works, goes, yo, I wrote this in 5 minutes. Check it. And they all look around and they go, hey, you know what? That's pretty good. They look back up. He's OD'd on opium. Very tragic. In his honor, they don't change a thing and just run this trial. That's my theory on how this got written. Can't look away from the truth. Can you even OD? I don't know. It's Kokichi? Or is it Kaito? Shit, I don't know. Most of the evidence we have shows that Kaito is the victim. What's the matter, Shuichi? You gotta say it with confidence. Can't look away from the truth. Well, I guess... Does most of the evidence show that Kaito is the victim? I would have thought the fact that Kokichi got shot twice was kind of damning. I'm trying, I really am, but I can't think of anyone other than Kaito. Most of the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be easy.
I forget the video evidence. Like I said, fucking... I don't know what to think at this point. Again, my theory was that it looked like... Excuse me, Kokichi got shot twice, and I'm waiting for that to come up in the trial. Kokichi was shot twice, Kaito was shot once. And I want to know why that happened. There's 3 bolts, there will probably be some mysterious 4th bolt that shows up. I'm not holding my breath out for that. But I do want to know what happened with Kokichi getting shot more than Kaito.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito. Kaito is already dead.
There you go.
Will never die.
Really? This is a scrum?
Good.
Alright.
This is already more entertaining.
So, Maki's clearly going to be on my side for this.
Now, the Ultimate Academy of...
Don't tease me. Just give me that sweet, delicious scrum. Who's on the bottom now? Because it used to be Gonta. Who's lowest on the scrum chain? And how is the Exis... Okay, well, we'll figure it out, I guess. Himiko, wow, she's real lonely down there. Kibo's a few up, but still. Alright, which one is dead? Ah, Kibo, you're on the wrong side. Alright, here we go.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the Exisal.
Okay, missed that.
Exisal because he's injured.
Oh shit, injury. Fuck me!
Possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
Crush.
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
That's a terrible argument, Kibo. What the
I
fuck?
want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the Mastermind.
The Mastermind is still alive. Inside that Exisal.
That might not have been... Okay, that was
So
right.
opposed to Kaito being alive.
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
I suspect that Kaito is in...
When we are consistent, our position looks weak, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they switched! Who knows?
I suspect that Kaito is inside the Exisal.
Exisal.
I got this! Unless he comes out of the Exisal, we can't confirm that.
That's true.
He said that he can't leave the Exisal because he's injured.
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
That's true.
Is it possible that...
Shut up!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
You're gonna side with Angie and
There was
Kyo
an
on this
arrow
one?
hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
I'm looking at the dead pictures. You're gonna side with Angie and
want to believe Kaito is
fucking
still alive and
Kaito on
defeated
this
the
one?
Mastermind.
I got Karumi on my side.
The Mastermind is
Kaede.
still alive. Inside that Exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito being alive?
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support
Win
the
because
claim
we have
that Kaito
Karumi and
is still
Kokichi
alive.
on our side. It's true. God damn it. The good people side. Well, I mean, Tenko's there, so I wouldn't say the good people side.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, I still can't. But the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
We spent a lot of time just to prove Maki's point that Kaito's the one who died. I mean, it was good that we did that, but still.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
You know what? At least you got my back, Kibo.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
And back over he goes. Good. Ruin the floor doing that.
That was just a little joke.
Of course it was.
What a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
Yeah, he is. That's entirely fair.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah, just keep calm and carry on.
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic.
What's
Why
got
don't we
him all
examine
worried?
The crossbow a little more closely. I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
Yep.
I agree, but... What do you think, Maki?
I like that her addition to that statement was to agree, and then ask Maki, when all that needed to happen was, we just cut to Maki. Really showing that she's worthwhile character.
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
It's a shame. I really want to like her, but she's just so... nothing.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
As usual, he's not wrong, but he's still an asshole.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin!
Again, good to know he's still having fun, I suppose. You gotta admire somebody who loves what they do. Crossbow, arrows, bomb, used hammer,
When
and
the
poison.
crossbow fired,
Okay, yeah.
what was even going on?
I have no idea.
If you need to ask, you were there!
That's a solid
The
counterpoint.
crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He
Yes.
probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
That makes a certain
Then
amount of
Kokichi
sense.
disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
No.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
That doesn't, no.
Only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow was fired.
There's your problem.
So how could they both shoot each other?
I was thinking about it,
Crossbow shots hurt a lot.
and then they just made it really
I was
obvious.
still aching something fierce.
I was wondering where it could be, and then she's like, only one, and I'm like, oh, alright, fair enough. Found on the ground, yeah, all covered in blood.
What was even going on?
Skip over to there. Kichi ignoring his crush like that. Is it his crush? If it is, he has terrible taste.
And returns
Does
fire.
Himiko investigate at all? Yeah, no, she
I didn't
doesn't.
take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow.
That's wrong.
There we go. You know Himiko doesn't investigate. She was like, I'll investigate on my own, and then stood in the same room for the
What do you
entire
mean,
investigation
one arrow?
period.
Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow, so...
In her defense, it was a room that was fairly important, but she did just stay in one room. Kokichi hooked up the lie detector and the electric chair for his execution. I mean, I feel like the lie detector would just explode. Like that one Simpsons joke, where it's like, I'm going to ask you a question, and if you're telling a lie, this machine will let us know. Do you understand? Yes. Just bursts into flames. What?
Are you positive?
Yeah, about that. What?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong.
So you checked the bag beforehand?
Well then, that's strange, because
Ah.
there were 3 arrows in the back room, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one! Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows to the scene, but Himiko said she only brought 1. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Why would you just have crossbow bolts, though?
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
Ha, Kibo.
But we know
So
for
nice
certain
when
that
someone
3
thinks like
arrows
me.
were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them.
Alright, I would never use a word like perforations because I'm not a fucking nerd, but, you know. Otherwise, that's still pretty much thinking like me.
So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Then where did those arrows come from? I don't think Himiko is lying. Stabby, stab, stab with the arrow. It's possible. It's also possible that it was a very long arrow that he broke into thirds. And Himiko's just very bad at, like, getting arrows. What could have happened? Think. I need to think. What are we doing? Hangman? Taxi. Alright. You love to see it. Let's cruise for some chicks that will answer all of our questions, like where do babies come from? And why can't I find a woman that loves me the way Kaede did? Is it because I keep talking? And once women hear me speak, they're like, oh, I get now why he's been single this whole time. Should I change my hair? Is it my outfit? Is that what's driving them all away? Why can't I solve the mystery of why my father never loved me enough? How many arrows did Himiko give Kaito? Saimatsu's supremacy. Alright, fair enough. All the above, probably. Well, there you go. How many arrows? Well, we're operating under the assumption that she only gave him 1. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I get it. It's thinking time. I like that 4 was an option. Like, no one's even considering 4 as a possibility. Maybe 4, yeah. Next question. Now all the pictures are of Kokichi? Yeah, alright, sure. Kokichi. He's so dreamy with his... What is that, a rose? Hold on, I'll pull over for and stop. I don't know what he's doing. He's playing blackjack, I guess, with like a little cocktail glass. I don't know. Weird that he's being advertised on the side of the road, though. Oh, it's an electro bomb. Right, it's him with the hammers and everything. I see. I saw it as like a brandy sniffer or something. How many arrows were inside the hangar from the start? It doesn't make sense that any arrows would have been in there at the start, so 0 makes no sense. Yeah, from ways distributing weapons. It's hard to see when it's moving like this with the bright neon colors and everything. Oh, were all the arrows in the hangar from the start, not how many. My bad. No. Alright, ladies, please. We gotta get one more. And then you can all point and laugh at me as I try and seduce you. That's how sex works, right? I've done it so often. That's what women keep telling me sex is. I don't know what the other is. That Miu? I think that's Miu. Sure looks like Miu. I think it's Miu. Oh no, it's Kibo underneath the hydraulic press. Alright. Figured it out. Maybe Kaito already had 2 arrows. Why would he have 2 arrows, though? That wouldn't make any sense. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, they couldn't dodge me. You son of a... Alright. There we go. Thank you. Who brought the 2 arrows? It's either Kokichi or Kaito, right? A third party, Himiko, Kokichi. I guess a third party, because I don't believe it was either of them. Yeah, so someone else gave him an extra couple of arrows. Why would Kaito wear his jacket like that? He's a complicated dude. No, he's not. He's an idiot. I don't think he understands how jackets work. Because he already had a jacket on, and then he's like, I gotta get me another jacket. But how will people know about my cool galaxy inseam if I don't just wear it the wrong way? My jacket keeps falling off my damn shoulder, but, you know, now everyone knows I've got this cool galaxy inseam. Could it be the additional arrows were brought by a third party?
Third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
Alright, there's no way to know a third party exists. I'm very suspicious of you now.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Oh. Maybe. Oh, right. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Okay, so... Oh, dear. Alright. Alright, Maki, who used your dumb hammer to take over an Exisal so you could just stomp on into the hangar.
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah, sure there was, Miss I didn't have a hammer this morning.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
Alright, I don't think you're smart enough to have done this, so... It was completely closed off. Can we confirm that? I feel like there might be another way, some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think! What method did the third party use to enter the hangar? Well... Exisal, right? Yeah. For once, it's fairly obvious. Wrong one. Meant to grab you. Really could use an L? Alright, well. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's it. The Exisal. The Exisal could be used to enter the hangar.
Looking bad for Maki right now.
We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the Exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an Exisal.
I saw an Exisal enter the hangar last night. So
He
is
sees
this
everything
third
last
party
night.
piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an Exisal?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys. It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an Exisal. After all, the hangar is where the Exisals are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an Exisal comes and goes, you know?
Okay, but the question is, would they react to a person in them?
So even if someone is inside an Exisal, the security system wouldn't catch them.
All right.
Because it'd be a hassle to leave the Exisal every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an Exisal and entered the hangar?
But can just anyone pilot an Exisal?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
The nipple controls are really the way of the future, don't you know?
Nipples too?
Anyway, this third party commandeered an Exisal
Anyway.
and infiltrated the hangar. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
I told you that's impossible.
Yeah, I'm finding it less and less impossible there, Maki.
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an Exisal.
That's...
Not possible.
We literally just explained that it was.
What? Not possible.
Maki, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? Why are you trying to hide? Why? Why won't you tell me? Use Electro Hammer, probably.
they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Yeah, it is.
Is operating the Exisal really that difficult?
God, use your
Do
nipples.
we even know how to
Thank
get
you.
inside an Exisal? Outside the hangar, there were 4 Exisals. And they were all moving too.
Yep.
I was controlling them remotely.
Electro hammers weren't an option.
Maki looking
Yesterday,
sus.
all the hammers were...
What about this I missed. Shit.
There's no way
Alright.
to stop an Exisal.
Boy, chalk up another
Getting
miss for me.
inside one
What's
would
my
be
accuracy?
You're right, it's impossible.
Himiko here, out thinking about Kokichi's nipples mid-trial. I mean, we all are, let's be fair. I'm a big enough man to
Someone was
admit it.
piloting the
Oh, chipmunk mode. No one understands me like you.
All moving too.
I was controlling them remotely.
Electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were charging.
There you go.
That's wrong!
Haha! Counter!
Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the Exisal.
Really sloppy to just leave it there. Whoever it was. Maki.
Is that electro hammer used by the third party?
Just saying.
Maybe they used it to disable an Exisal.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 Exisals.
Indeed. And a Monokuma.
But this morning, there were only 3.
And no Monokuma.
I noticed that too. Was the missing Exisal taken by this third party?
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
You know what? For once I can answer that question. Did any of the third party Electro Hammer gives us a clue. I saw 4 Excells at the scene yesterday, and I went to meet up with Kaito. This morning we were... Yeah, okay, I understand how basic math works. Thank you. Culprit must have used the Electro Hammer between yesterday and this morning. There's only one person among us I could think to do that.
It's you!
And, your whole, you know...
Maki. You're the third party we're looking
insistence
for, aren't
on
you?
everything and denial of basic human observations that you shouldn't be denying really don't help, Maki.
What?
2 Excells found in a hangar? Yes. Hey, Spiral, what's up? 2 were found. 1 was already there. There's 5 total. 4 were walking around. Then this morning there were 3, and 2 were in the hangar.
What are you
1
saying?
was always in the hangar, though, so...
Remember what
Not
Kokichi
much.
said.
Excel Red, Pilot Guy Kokichi, and the empty one. There you go. How you been? Doing alright. Clearly making our way through Danganronpa V3 here. Got lots of games lined up to play after this. Prince of Persia's up first, and I'm hoping I finish that just in time, if not a little bit sooner, maybe a random bullshit stream in between, for Pokemon Snap. And then we play Pokemon Snap for a few days, and then Resident Evil Village is out, and I'll play that for a while. And then I'll get back to viewer requests and whatnot. Which Prince of Persia? Oh god, which one is it called? The second one. Not Two Princes. Warrior Within. It's Warrior Within.
That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning,
Regarded for excellent gameplay and, whatever story. Maki, where's your Electro Hammer? I don't need it. I'd rather not use a weapon I'm unfamiliar with. This is much better. This fucking knife I have. A knife? I suppose you know best.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Bit of an oversight, that. Everything combat was fun. Combat-wise is fun, but ironically enough, I think worse exploration-wise. Well, I'm not really in the game for exploration. I'm in it for, you know, the gameplay. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, a better boss fight than the final boss of Sands of Time would be nice, but otherwise, you know, I think I'm just going to enjoy playing the game. I refer to it as missing Exisal. It's not like someone walked out of a spaceship while inside of it. That's true. I mean, they're referring to it as missing because there were 4 and now there's 3. They know where it is, but 1 was missing from where it was supposed to have been, is the idea. You're right, missing's a bad choice for the word.
Maki must be the third party.
You can seriously get lost on top of the fact level design-wise. It's also weaker. Oh, I can get lost. Ooh, that's not good.
She also knows how to assemble the crossbow, and could have returned it to her lab later.
I thought you were suggesting it was more linear than Sands of Time, and therefore the exploration isn't as fun or engaging.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab.
I wish.
Disabled
Well,
the exosuit
I'll have
with
chat
an
to help me, so it'll be fine.
and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after that.
I'll kill your logic. Will you? Because it doesn't look good for you.
Why are you doing this?
Occasionally you're helpful, 7-9. What?
Why are you getting in my way?
Because I don't want to die.
Getting in your way.
If you can believe it.
Maki, what are you...
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exisal, and then shooting the crossbow.
I'm sorry, why are we clashing swords then?
I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the culprit.
I'll try my best to help. Hey, if you're around Skylar, the more the merrier. Everyone is welcome as long as there's not, you know, spoilers and you're not being a dick in the chat.
You're right.
Just don't do that. Who does that?
I used the electro hammer.
Other than
And I
7-9,
used
but
the
you know.
exisal to enter the hangar too.
He subscribed to me, so he's allowed to be a
Also
dick.
shot the
That's
crossbow
how
down.
it works.
However, I'm not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
It's no use. She's not listening to me at all, but I can't back down here.
You're right.
I am fuck.
I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I'm not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
Okay, we can move on to the next
crossbow
one.
is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
I'll read your message in a second
Arrows
there, Ark.
left holes in the clothes.
True,
Think about
yeah.
the locations of the wounds.
Yeah, back
Around
and
his arm
wrists.
back. An arrow to each of those spots
Fine.
wouldn't result in a fatal injury. That's why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon. Therefore, I'm not the culprit.
Oh, the poison. It's the poison. But the poison was found in the bathroom. How to get there? I'm new to Twitch, so I don't know how to use it well. Same. Join the club, Skylar. Yeah, no, really just don't be a dick. All you need to do really to be helpful is if I'm lost and begging for help, be like, hey, go to the area you obviously haven't been, dumbass. It's not as linear as Sands of Time, My Explorers Warrior Within. Time travel is involved. Yeah, I looked up a speed run of it, and it seemed like time travel got mentioned a few times. So it's not as linear as the other Prince of Persia games. We can help with that as well. Yeah, no, just follow the lead of Arg if you want to be helpful. Follow the lead of 7-9 if you hear more for, you know, finger pyramid, cackle, cackle, tee-hee-hee-hee type of situation. Why is she scrambling to defend herself?
The arrows left holes in her clothes.
Back up.
Think about the locations of the wounds.
Poison. Oh, damn it! You
Arrow on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
Hiya! There we go. Okay.
I'll cut through your words.
There's plenty of more helpful people besides Arg. Spiral Power, for example. There's a guy named Penguin who comes around every so often.
If it were poisoned.
Absolutely worth following Penguin's lead. 7-9 and a guy named Simp. Was it Simp Knight? Yeah, those guys are trolls. Fun trolls, but they're trolls. Ahem. It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit if we were poisoned.
Poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation.
Exactly, 7-9.
There was just a little less in the bottle than before.
Strychnine.
If that
Or
poison
Strychnine,
had been applied
not
to those
strychnine.
arrows, they would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter?
But
Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit?
that would mean she shot... Well... Okay, so... Let me go over this in my head real quick. Kokichi's got 1 arrow, Maki's got 2, but there's 2 wounds on... I'm sorry, Kaito's got 1 arrow, Maki's got 2. There's 2 wounds on Kokichi and 1 on Kaito. So, since Kokichi didn't have a crossbow, it seems like Maki and Kaito got Kokichi, but then Maki's 2nd arrow got Kaito. You know what I bet happened? I bet Kaito realized Maki was trying to kill Koichi, and being the dumbass he is, dove in front of the arrow to stop it and got hit. As a result, after, like, shooting him in the shoulder, after shooting Kokichi in the shoulder. And then while that was scrambling, Maki shot another arrow in Kokichi's back and fled, but that one wasn't poison-tipped. Only the first one was. Kaito and Maki teamed up to kill Kokichi. Well, they failed, because Kaito's dead. Failed real bad.
There's no way she is. Because why would she kill Kaito?
Could be. No, it can't. Kaito's dead, so they did not team up to kill Kokichi. They failed.
I can't understand if you don't explain anything.
Maki is still fighting.
Huh? Fighting?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial.
I guess if she lives, yeah, she's killing Kokichi at the cost of the rest of us.
She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she meant...
Yeah, you 4. Sacrifice Maki was talking about must be... specifically... Suichi's life. It's all of us. I was really hoping, like, Kibo's life was on there for some reason. She's specifically gonna sacrifice you,
Sacrifice
Kibo.
all of our lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then by hiding the truth, Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit?
She knew what happened.
They could
and
team
tried
up
to
but still
hide it
fail
from
because
us.
Kokichi's smartness and Kaito's dumbness. I don't know. I think Maki's ability would make up for at least one of those. Besides, Maki's smart enough to not team up with Kokichi on that. Or not to team up with Kaito on that, because Kaito's a hazard on an assassination job, let's be honest.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here.
Yeah, sorry I didn't let you kill me, I guess.
Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
Well, I mean, yeah.
This isn't over. Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over.
Oh?
We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
Go on.
Huh? What do you mean?
Before you go on, give me a hot second here. Go on.
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Kaito's a hazard not just on assassination jobs, though. Yeah, well, yes. I was really referring to just this particular situation.
Someone else. You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
Wasn't that what we were offering to do with Karumi? Maki getting hit by a bunch of weapons, or like the stuff in movies where a bunch of traps, a certain thing, or place for execution. They kind of did that for Peko in the second game, though, eh? Maki, I don't know. I feel like at this point she'd be, maybe, like, ganged up on with a bunch of weapons. I feel like they might work Kaito into it somehow, like they kill her with a rocket.
What did you
Torn
say?
apart by kids. She is the ultimate child caregiver, after all.
Kaito told me that only I would be able to grasp what lies beyond the truth. That means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you.
Hope!
Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, we had a real great make-out session. She can't prove it. Ahem. More importantly, every time I see Hope, I want to get IHOP, you know? Like, is it just me? Because it's like, I want pancakes now.
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
Can't help it.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone. Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
I like what? Coughlin? What? What the hell is Coughlin? You're gonna have to elaborate on that one, Spiral. I'm intrigued, though.
Maybe Kaito.
That guy.
Wait, hold. Kaito's charisma's starting to rub off on you, huh? Alright, well, we'll just leave that sentence where it is. Can we get him to repeat that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
Is that what they call it? Alright.
Could be pretty stubborn.
Then what really happened?
Waffles. Yeah, okay. Waffles, I mean, you can get those at IHOP as well, but, no, I prefer pancakes to waffles. I like fluffy, not the crispy, that waffles usually are. Nothing against waffles. I love a good waffle. French toast is also class, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick pancakes every time. They did, that whole make out paradise book thing from Naruto. Ah, got it, okay. Had to read that slowly.
Maki, please tell us.
Please.
I mean, look, we're either gonna agree with you and vote so that fucking Kokichi over here dies or not, so just the truth is helpful at this point. Vote for the mech.
Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
Don't just start narrating things, you're ruining the mood!
I don't like sweet stuff as much. Well, fair enough, to each their own. What do waffles have to do with the topic at hand, though? I mentioned pancakes. IHOP is International House of Pancakes, and he's like, I like waffles. And it's like, that's cool, you can get those at IHOP, but, you know, I'm a pancakes man.
I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.
I like that he has two panels that he can just hop over to, depending on who he's pretending to be. Yeah, sure, I'll save. Alright, I thought they were going to make me choose before the intermission there, so... Alright, intermission! Let's get back to it. Did must have missed it. Yeah, I was like, anytime Hope gets brought up, I'm hungry for IHOP.
Well now.
Because it's got 3/4 of the same letters. And then the Monokuma and Cubs Theater segment began. But with all the Monokubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so the curtain quickly fell. Alright, well, that was a good intermission. Hope y'all had time to use the bathroom and get a drink and whatnot. Plan on getting cosplays. I have Nagito right now. Fair enough. Nagito... I was trying to think, would he be an easy cosplay? Like, if I had to divide the characters on who would be easy and hard. I don't think Nagito would be... Nagito's difficult. You gotta get the bandages, and you gotta get the hair. You gotta have the coat and everything. You gotta have that dead look in your eye that screams you're dying on the inside. That's really difficult to get.
When Kokichi remembered that
My
he
dick's
was a
still
remnant
out.
of despair,
Alright, thanks for sharing, 7-9. Weird that that wasn't censored. Thanks, Automod. Way. Yeah, I'm with Arg on that one.
I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end.
Wig is kind of hard to fix. Yeah, I bet.
I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would...
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
Plus, there's also that whole, you gotta cut off your arm and replace it with a Junko Inoshima cosplayer's arm. It's a big deal, so I imagine it's not the easiest cosplay in the world.
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Monkey totally gets me!
That's why.
It's censored in the
I
chat, but
needed
not
to
on your
settle it
screen.
myself.
Alright, fair enough.
I took the poison arrows and the crossbow.
Well, I have a different feed,
And
so...
broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other.
Yeah, so like I said, she burst in on them while he's already wounded.
Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow. Probably by Kaito when he fought back. Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance.
I could see that becoming the more important thing in the room.
Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison?
Yeah, Automod can be weird. Automod's a jerk. He was talking about liking pancakes and eating IHOP. Yeah. Poison! Suichi's poison. The poison for Suichi.
Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
I gotta say, since he keeps referencing Yzma and the Emperor's New Groove, probably my favorite joke, I'm gonna have to deal with that later, just got a text. Probably my favorite joke in that movie is when they're trying all the different potions and shit, running away from Yzma and her goon squad. He, like, turns into a bird and a whale and everything, and finally, he's like, yay, I'm a llama again! Wait. That's just... That joke gets me every time. I love that joke. Ah.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died.
Great joke.
And find out why he was always lying.
I'm a llama
trying to
again.
confuse us.
Wait. It kills me.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right?
Well,
could
I
have
mean,
made
he
it
did
seem
for a
as if
while.
The late Junko was secretly behind this killing game.
How would he have done that? Riddle me that one. How in the hell would Kokichi have convinced us that the dead woman from years ago was masterminding a killing game on a spaceship with the last 16 humans left alive? Riddle me that.
That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the
We
game.
need more George Carlin. It's true, we do.
Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind.
Greatest detective? Maybe.
Especially with that message in the courtyard.
That was weird.
Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
I think he like fucking with us,
As a
though.
remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
Oh, yeah. Junko Kins William Afton. Oh my god. You're not... You know what? It's a solid comparison. Junko, the 17th student, like, somewhere hidden in the school. When they call the ultimate despair, watch out for her. It's fair.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully.
Not really a school, though, is it?
So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
It's a spaceship.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is very remnant of despair.
He must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that?
Didn't he admit that, or did we decide that on our own without him being there? I don't remember.
I don't understand anything you're saying. But anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless.
You decided that after the flashback light. Oh, yeah. Years before, for all intents and purposes, Junko could have died centuries ago. No, she couldn't have. They mentioned on the news reports that somebody named Makoto started finding ultimates to send into space. So, Makoto is still alive. That is confirmed. He was a lot... I guess it could have been centuries for how long we've been on this spaceship, but definitely when we went into space on this stupid thing, Makoto was alive, so therefore it was not centuries. Bishop Thayers could have been in space for a long time. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. Alright, yep, got there. Should have just read the whole comment, you stupid fucking idiot.
Shut up, you asshole!
Are you holding that gangster style? That's not how crossbows work.
I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then...
Some moron jumped in front of the way, right?
What?
I was told V3 takes place 10 years ago. What, from today? So, like, 2011?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Because that's pretty wild.
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison.
So you used a hydraulic press to crush it out of it? Oh, no, wait.
I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
That was a ways away. No, wait, after. Took place in the late 2020s because it had COVID. Wait. Obviously, yes.
So you didn't have the antidote with you after...
Just waiting for the meteors. Boy, they couldn't come quick enough, can they?
I used Strike-9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that...
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing. But because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore.
I hate fast typing. Well, not really. V3 takes place many years after the D3 anime, End of Hope Speak Academy. They corrected themselves after.
I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window.
Just kinda hoped.
Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window.
Boy, you probably should have waited to see who came into the bathroom.
Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote.
Oh, this moron!
Kokichi stole it from him.
I don't think he did. I'm gonna bet Kaito gave Kokichi the antidote. Oh, maybe he did steal it.
But I can't die here.
I guess, I mean, knowing Kaito, I assumed he was just like, oh, someone other than me can't die.
Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space.
Got him. That's a real got him moment. Drop the mic. Oh shit, that's the antidote. We're both dead now.
Stop!
Kaito was all about self-preservation. He convinced others not to die for Karumi. Yeah, that's true. Chronology of Danganronpa is D1 Ultimate Despair, D2 D3 Anime, and then V3. Yeah, I meant to say that. Alright, well, there you go. Still haven't played Despair Girls? Throw bits at me on the
That feels
counter.
so
Hold
much
on.
better. I guess that's a wrap.
Right down here, you can throw bits at me, fill that meter, and I'll play Despair Girls on stream. Ahem.
Or maybe not. Because now another class trial is going to start.
Last trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
Or hell, just throw bits at me out of, sheer... what's the word? Pity, that's it. Throw bits at me out of pity. Alright, well. Thanks, 7-9. You can skip Despair Girls, to be honest. I mean, girls, not games, yeah. I mean, yeah, people have told me I can skip that, but at the same time, people have also kept asking if I'm going to play that. So I figure, throw bits at me and I'll play it.
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
I confess I haven't really worked out how this game request thing works, where I get money for it, since I have a whole channel point system thing for you to request games, but yeah, I'll figure it out.
Even if it's Kokichi, I can't...
Once I get enough people watching me, I'll actually figure that out. Who asked that, man?
What?
Aw, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
I mean, she would have been blackened for killing you anyway.
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily.
But he did.
Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy. Even like that. You really are not boring.
What?
Gee, nicest thing anyone has ever said to him.
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you?
Don't mind me. Run, Maki, roll. Just hurry up and run. Run and live. You gotta live.
So, I'm gonna assume he committed suicide so that Maki wouldn't be the Blackened? Because his options are pretty limited at this point.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife.
Ah, that's the scratches.
In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks on the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither
She
Kaito nor
did mess up that
Kokichi
control
answered.
panel. What, so we're voting for her because she attacked a control panel?
I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial, in exchange for all of your lives.
You will, though, Kaito. Like, if being poisoned wasn't bad enough, you're also suffering from some unnamed disease or illness. Who knows? Maybe the poison was the cure to the disease.
So that's what happened.
Odds are slim, but it's possible, right?
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew...
Maybe she shot him right in the
Maki cover up
cancer.
the crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
I'll drink poison just to cure my illness. I mean, it worked for emperors of China in the oldie days, right? They drank mercury to become immortal, and they're still alive and kicking, right? That's how that worked.
How dare you! Make fun of him!
Where did you get that from?
You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer!
As we've proven, friends can enjoy watching you suffer. Look at 7-9. He enjoys watching me suffer.
You fucking asshole!
Also true.
Ooh, Maki is so scary.
Have their labs been
Good thing
found
I'm
yet?
in this
Maybe.
exosol. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live.
Is that true, though? Maybe you did kill Kaito so that you'd be in this situation and the Blackened, so that if we vote for Maki, you live. I come to like to see you suffer too. Yeah, I mean, you love to see me suffer. I know my role in life. So vote Maki.
Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Just so we don't have to sit through text again if I vote wrong and it's game over. Although they usually have a retry function. I'm gonna save the game here anyway.
Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Alright, well now you're just splitting hairs there, man.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive. Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
In a lie sort of way, or part of Maki's testimony, Kaito protecting Kokichi. No, that checks out. Control. No. Maki blackened, Kokichi drinking the antidote. I think that part. Nope. Okay. Clearly, I'm wrong. They think I'm a fraud now at the most important time. That checks out. That checks out. The antidote? What the? What? What the hell? Kaito protecting Kokichi. That is exactly something he would do. But the control panel was damaged. What? Who gives a fuck about the control panel?
That's it!
It was scratched up. What do you want from me?
Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the...
What is this control panel all about? What have I forgotten about it? No. Control panel has marks on it as though it was struck by something sharp. Yeah, boy, you're right. You got me. What?
Hanger. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh.
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I knew that.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now
I
that
was
you mention
testing
it,
you.
it is odd.
Ahem.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
And why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
Yeah, we all knew that, right, guys? Finding that reason will help us find the hidden truth. Okay, so probably used one of his electro bombs on it, but why? Why would he do that?
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Maybe it was just broken.
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
No.
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie.
No
Did you
bomb.
really try to break the control panel with it?
I'm not going to tell any more lies.
So it's probably the bomb used by
I did
Kokichi.
attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife.
No more
At
lies.
the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
That's wrong!
When you said no more lies,
There is a way to
I was
disable
playing
the
Grim
alarm
Fandango
system.
not too long
An
ago for the
electro bomb
achievements.
would take it down.
And boy howdy, there's one where you need to like chant along with Union Bee workers, and they scream "No more lies" a lot because I was bad at the rhythm game and kept like fucking that up.
But Maki
Eventually
only
I got
had
it,
one
but-
bomb, and she used it during the raid.
No more lies, no more lies. We are bees, we're not flies. Jesus. Anyway,
Only other
you
person
bad at a
who
rhythm
used
game?
one is
Shut up.
Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I have no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
Quiet, you.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
I should play Rhythm Heaven Fever. It's been a while since I've played that. And, like, probably find it on Dolphin emulation or something. Set it up so it's an Xbox controller to the beat. In that case...
Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
The main objective of Kokichi using Electro Bomb was... disable the remote control, keep Kibo away, disable the press's safety function?
That's it!
Oh! Yeah, so he did disable the safety
It was
function.
to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Keep Kibo away. It's very important to keep Kibo away.
Deactivate the safety function?
The Electrobomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
To kill Kokichi.
There's only one
Or,
reason
fuck.
that anyone would want to do that.
I hate that they both have K names to kill Kaito.
I'm right.
They have K
Means that
names
we've been
and there's an
thinking
O in
about
their
this
name.
all wrong.
God damn. Kokichi killed Kokichi, confirmed. What aspect of this case runs contrary to the new evidence? Mastermind of the killing game, Kaito's cause of death.
That's it.
And the video is there as well, but...
Kaito's cause of death.
What?
If the Electrobomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Yes, the cause of death could now be... the hydraulic press.
This is it! The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could have?
If the safety was off,
Boy.
the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Knowing all this, how awkward would it have been if we just listened to Maki from the start, and, like, it turned out she was 100% right? She'd have been like, oh. Yeah, alright. That worked.
Right after I threw the
Way
antidote,
better than I thought it
he
would.
tried to open the shutter. So,
I'm stuck on the bad side of
should've still
Danganronpa
been
fandom
alive.
for a while. What's the bad side of the Danganronpa phantom?
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that...
Is that the
then we
horny
have our
side,
cause of
or...
death.
I don't know what the bad side would be.
If that's the case,
Unless it's horny.
it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
Unless by bad you mean there's like people out there that defend Junko or something and talk about how it's actually a good idea. That would be the bad side of the fandom.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's
A lot of
just a
doxing. Ooh.
possibility.
That's not good.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know.
Bullying for liking a character. Yeah, that's not good.
Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press.
People like who they like.
Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
Let's just guess. I mean, it seems we might have to. Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? I don't think it is. And hey, if I'm wrong, it'll... Yep. If I'm wrong, great!
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened.
Did Kokichi kill Kaito, or did he wait for him to die of poison and then crush the body to destroy evidence? That's the mystery before us.
Because I was actually involved.
Of course you do.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Well, I mean, it is solvable. You could just tell us, but, you know. I get what he's saying. I just want to point out it's totally solvable. It's kind of like the Nagito thing in the second game, except there's totally a way to solve it.
Do you finally get it? Yep, the gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim. but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer.
Also Monokuma. I think there's someone TikTok who reality shifted to. I don't know if I want to allow that. No offense to you, Skylar, but yeah, Automod even caught your censoring of that. Yeah, that's pretty toxic. I think I'm gonna deny that on principle, but I get what you're saying. I'm just gonna deny that on principle. Hopefully you understand.
There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Gotcha.
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right?
I'd really only like to throw that word around in either very extreme cases where the game itself would be dealing with that. Like in LA Noire, there are cases you need to solve where the victim was raped and murdered. Kind of difficult to avoid it at that point. Or if you're talking about the literary classic by the Irish author, what's his name? The guy who did A Modest Proposal, Jonathan Swift, who also wrote The Rape of Locke, because in that sense, rape actually has another meaning. It means the story. So, kind of hard to talk around that one either. So, yeah, unless the case absolutely calls for it, let's avoid that word.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
I just said it like 2 or 3 times right there. So don't mind me. I'm, the guy hosting the show here, but,
So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Sorry, you were saying. Voting time, you say. Wow. He is just going for it. Why isn't he X'd out? That's weird. Panic save. I mean, I did save. I think it was Angie. She seems the likely culprit here. Couldn't even say it with a straight face. I'm on principle gonna vote for Kokichi. Vote Gonta. That seems like a dumb idea.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides when it's voting time.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh?
Eh?
Yes, of course.
Oh, shit. Monokuma was being guarded? He might not know. Oh, dear.
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
There's a possibility. Another reason Kokichi used an electronic bomb. Monokuma obviously has some means of surveillance. Oh, so Kokichi could potentially disable the surveillance system of Monokuma's. Interesting, yeah.
The culprit, you say? Yes, of course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
And he has to follow the school rules. Interesting. What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Pinnacle of Calm. Sure he is.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either. Monokuma doesn't know. What does that tell us about this case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it. So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
I just got a shiver through my body. Is Kaito alive?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Has this whole thing been a farce?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
A murder Monokuma can figure out?
He did keep insisting we go over all the details.
What's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct?
Kuma doesn't know who the actual culprit is. This is truly an unsolvable crime, and by default, it would be the end of the killing game. It's true. Monokuma can't definitively punish the Black End.
Monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras, strategically placed to avoid our detection.
They're not really that hidden. You can see them all over the school, but okay,
I
sure.
can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow.
Did no one ever notice those cameras?
Kokichi probably used the Electro Bomb.
They're all
to
over the
scramble
gaff.
Whatever that was.
Alright.
The Electro Bomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point?
What if those cameras aren't real? No cameras in this game. Oh, really? They are in 2 and 1. I guess I thought they'd just be in 3.
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the Exisals... Yes, the Exisals weren't protecting Monokuma. They were...
Admiring. You know what? I've got some hearts. There's no way that's it. Damn, I was really hoping you'd say that out loud. Curses. Man, Monokuma's surrounded, and if they weren't protecting him, then...
no.
I didn't say anything. What do you mean they think I screwed up? Hey, we're watching him.
That's it!
Ahem. Kokichi could have possibly aimed for that, provided he isn't the actual mastermind. Yes, the end of the killing game. I gotcha. I don't think Kokichi's the mastermind. Yeah, that's seeming more and more likely.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Oh, at the time, the Exiles were on autopilot and directed only to observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him.
Well, they weren't. They were walking in a circle around. Okay.
They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an Exisal, all 4 units were
Watch
focused
the most
on
innocent
Monokuma.
character become the mastermind here. Fucking Meg Turney over here.
That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
What a plot twist that would be. The most boring character who did absolutely nothing. The mastermind behind everything. Even if it puts someone at disadvantage, the class trial must always be fair. The person who shared that information with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So, you share it instead. That way it'll be fair to all participants. Rontaro, the ultimate mastermind. Yeah, I don't think it's Rontaro.
Because it would have linked her to the murder.
Rontaro's dead.
In which case, it could only be Maki.
You're right.
So, to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the Electro Bomb in the hangar and the Exisals to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point. Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
Yeah, I don't think it is at this point.
No. Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
Although Meg Turney is quite quiet here.
What?
But Kokichi's the
Okay, there she is.
right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
What?
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us.
Kokichi's fucking wild.
Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
Rontaro equals avocado. I mean, you're not wrong,
I'm definitely controlling.
but you're also not the first person to
mastermind of the killing
point
game
that
is
out.
Totally me.
So,
The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
Right. He's a remnant of despair. How do we forget that?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
kind of with Meg on that one.
Well, Monokuma,
Yeah, that would be quite the twist if it actually was true, which isn't. It even has to be established there's a mastermind. Like, it's only a hunch there might be a mastermind with no solid proof. Maki's the mastermind! Alright, 2 very differing opinions there in the chat.
I can't answer answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Yeah, tell us!
True.
Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know.
Aren't you normally the forward one?
Ah.
I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth. Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
It usually is.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Well, there you go. I like my trial full of lies, though.
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean.
Ha-ha! Or just full of Kokichis. One or the other.
With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
I gotta say, that plan and the execution, that's a step ahead of Nagito. Nagito just created a ridiculously elaborate suicide machine. Kokichi's still kicking and created this elaborately Rube Goldberg-esque plot machine, really. So bravo to you, I guess. I'll tell you, I'm getting bored with the lying. Okay,
His
well then.
deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
So Mew actually built that thing and didn't use it? God damn it.
So the remote that Kokichi was using was
Ede
made
was
by
the one with the
Mew?
Rube Goldberg machine. No, Nagito absolutely was too. I've built a machine that will make me pass out and spear myself after tying myself to the ground and the building is set on fire? Yeah, no, that's definitely a Rube Goldberg machine. She's really cool and makes the game more interesting. Certainly does. Truthless note, what's up? If you're at the Apple Store when it gets robbed, does that make you an eyewitness? No, it makes you a victim because they robbed you too. Unless you take some initiative, alright? Rob it yourself.
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the Electro Bomb and the Electro Hammer.
By the way, Truthless, we have a rule in this chat, don't be funnier than me. So, what the hell, dude? Gotta play it off like that wasn't the funniest thing I've heard all day.
She also
You know how
made a
difficult
remote
that is?
control that
God.
can hijack any
What's up,
electronic
Truthless?
device. Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exosols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite.
Touche.
Spite towards
Thanks,
you.
Mio. Bothers me
Trying to
none of the
usurp
characters.
The mastermind's role and take over the game.
Bothers me that none of the characters ever once stopped to ask, is Kokichi the actual mastermind or sending us on a wild goose chase? As I said in previous streams, they didn't have any solid proof, only circumstantial evidence and a bunch of assumptions. Yeah, but it did make sense. The evidence and the assumptions all added up and made a certain amount of sense. Besides, they're all very dumb. Another thing, I need to know, don't be funnier. Yeah, I've seen what you're typing, Skylar. You're on thin ice.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
Matter of fact, you're all on thin ice. If you had my way, I'd ban all of you for being funnier than I am, but I'm busy playing the game.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
Yes.
What were you trying to
Bad luck,
accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Probably this exact situation.
Yeah! Now you're
That's-
gonna be all quiet?
That's a solid yeah.
This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
It's just one of those ordinary sentient robot bears that puppet killing games. Eh.
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know.
Solid argument. Your mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Enoshima, but that can't be it, because that would be stupid. She's dead, and we'd never come into contact with her. Besides, we did that last game. If so, who's done this? Who's playing the killing game?
This conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
Solid point, actually.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent
Made some sense, but is them asking at least once if it was the truth of Kokichi's fabrication too much to ask? Look, a lot had been revealed to them, alright? The world was basically over, they just got their memories back. I can believe they weren't really thinking that logically, alright? Cut them some slack, Arg.
Let's figure out the culprit!
It's a lot to process at once.
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
Most innocent character is probably the mastermind. I mean, at the moment, that would probably be Meg Turney or Himiko. Be fair, I think the formal mastermind in DR2 was Izuru Kamakura, not Junko. Well, okay, yes, but still.
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma.
Splitting hairs at that point. Lots of flowing, stupid hairs. I have not laughed as hard as I did in a long time when they revealed his stupid goddamn hair.
But we got the class trial too, so no mistakes.
Delightful.
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win.
Solid.
But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true goal. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
You're surprised by that? Could be, but what makes you so certain about that? Kokichi, truly best boy. Because Kokichi usually acts suspicious, but there is proof that he's not. I mean, after Kokichi, it really drops down on who the likely mastermind is.
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
I think, honestly, it's either... I think it's either going to be, they're going to do like they did in the first game, where it's someone who we thought was dead this whole time, or there's no mastermind at all.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
Like Kaede's twin sister. Yeah, sure. Maeda, Ikasaba, the hidden 18th student laying somewhere hidden in the school.
You really
The
are
ultimate
a remnant of
cellist.
despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair? Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
Yeah, no, I'm good. You figure this out, Monokuma. What? A lot of what going on?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Why are we on your side?
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious?
Please do. You suspect Meg and Maki. Why Maki? Maybe.
Monokuma joins your party.
Okay. No. No. Alright.
Who invited you?
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Why?
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Solid.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case!
Sure, Kokichi isn't probably the mastermind, but as I said, it even needs to be established if there is a mastermind, and even if there is one, it could be one of the 6 people, not just the most innocent character. Yeah, but you never suspect the innocent people, and this game loves plot twists. It's some meta reasoning, but, you know, I understand where they're coming from.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now,
It's a good line.
where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Oh?
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are.
Sounds
both
pretty
robots.
robophobic. So another truth comes out. Himiko's robophobic, but more importantly, that piece of evidence makes more sense now. Evidence I couldn't wrap my head around. Shit, my bad. I was trying to scroll. It's just a theory, though. Would you say it's a game theory? Got him! Alright, moving on. Suichi's poison. Probably not. Bathroom window, bloodstained, small empty bottle, crossbow arrows, the case. It's not the lock. It's not the pattern. Kibo's account. What's Kibo on about? No, it's not important. Used hammer. Sound surrounding Monokuma in the courtyard. Movements. Kokichi. Not poison. Clothes. Yeah, no. No. Maybe? Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is. What evidence needs to be analyzed again? Listen, I really don't know. I was just picking things we haven't talked about yet. Not fully sure. Alright, fair enough. For it being just a theory, you seem awfully sure about it. Could be one of the dead people. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a dead person came back. It was like, I'm the mastermind, you faked my death, meh-ha-ha. You haven't used the murder video yet. I mean, I suppose.
This is it!
Oh, alright, thanks. Cool.
Let's
7-9 with all the
Kaito
answers.
being crushed by the hydraulic press.
Must we? It's a bit grim. I mean, fucking. Yeah, it's quite grim.
Kokichi said that
A lot
he
of blood.
filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
You're
A
one
follower.
negotiator.
Musical Wolfie. Ooh, Alright, just because you followed me, I'll say it. Musical Wolfie Uwu has followed. What's up, Wolfie? I'm going to assume you're okay with me calling you Wolfie, you shrewd negotiator, you? We're in the middle of Danganronpa, Trial 5.
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to shoot.
That's true.
Monokuma's just joined our team, and I have no idea what's going on. My...
You're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Alright, my... Whatever rational parts of my brain still existed after surviving 2 of Danganronpa's left long ago. They got further away after that. Thank you, Himiko.
Huh? Really?
Favorite person just died. Oh, you mean Kaito? I assume? If you're in that position?
No reason you went out of your way to show us the body being
Hey, new dude.
crushed.
No reason, really.
Not a lot of
That's
Kaito
just
stands
artistic
around here.
personality.
It'd be honestly refreshing to see somebody who's like, I like Kaito. Kaito's cool. Because a lot of people are just like, he's whatever. You're lying again, Kokichi. The method to your madness. You wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing... Wait, what? If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video must have something to do with you trying to fool Monokuma. I like Kaito. Alright, there you go. Spiral Power likes Kaito. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Hangman's Gambit. Okay. C. No. M. No. You don't. Okay. You mean in-game or real life? Real life condolences. Yeah, no, I have no idea what you're on about there, Wolfie. V? Okay. Victim? Victim would make sense. Alright. That's a T. Yeah. Another I. And an M. Alright, there we go. Kaito is Navi. You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know.
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
Don't wish death upon my best boy, Suichi. I don't think he's wishing for death upon him.
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
That would never happen. What are you talking about?
If there wasn't any known body, then we could guess the victim was switched.
Kokichi in Kaito's
But
clothes.
too bad! Switching the victims was impossible.
It would have been fairly obvious that you left the hangar to get a corpse, so, I mean, really. Also, we talked about Kokichi and Kaito's clothing. It wouldn't fit. The heights are too inconsistent. I mean, look at him.
The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage.
Naked Kokichi. We don't know that.
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive.
I mean, he could be. Monokuma doesn't know who did it, so it's possible he's alive.
We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done.
Oh boy. Hear me out on this. The electro bomb fried the security system, and it also fried the camera. They waited around for like 2 hours or so, and then when the camera came back on and resumed, they crushed a body? I don't know.
So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
Fucking wild.
So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places?
I'm trying, Maki.
Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
This is all over the map. I don't know where this case is going.
Kaito. I don't...
Hanging around in the hangar naked. Why did they have to be naked?
Okay, then. Let's talk about the possibility that
I guess his shirt was flushed down a toilet, so, I mean, he could have had pants on.
Himiko,
Why not?
if you call her that again...
Solid.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's all talk it over together.
Together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try and do everything yourself. It's only gonna wear you out. This trial's confusing. Oh, really? Because 7-9, that's why. 7-8-9. Oh, I'm sure that joke's never been made about your name.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
Yeah.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
Sure you did.
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
You know what? She's not wrong, honestly. A trick to the video. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? There's a pause right before it crushes him. On the hydraulic press, I mean.
There must be some
Whole
trick to
game
that
series
video.
is canon often confusing. This game in particular dialed it up to 100. Yep.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yeah, let me, Oh, you!
That the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
If you ever find me dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, you know that it's a trap. I would miss. I'm like a stormtrooper over here. I have the aim of a goddamn stormtrooper who's blind and on a caffeine drip. Jesus. I like how my mind wanders off different jokes I've heard in Danganronpa. Yeah, go for it. Could use a good joke, lighten the mood of my terrible, terrible aiming.
That camera seems suspicious.
The person in that video.
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
No? Obviously robophobia. Okay, right, sure. I guess that wasn't the answer anyway. I would have thought it's the electric bomb. Front shutter, murder video, press,
There is no trick.
coat,
You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
bomb.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious
Not the
to any
bomb.
of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
What's the front shutter about? Protect by electric barrier, sound be disabled via an alarm remote. Control next to the shutter, marked up, is struck by something sharp. No, that's not it.
Person in that video.
Murder video. What does it say specifically? From the Exisol. I don't think the angle's particularly wrong. It's clearly someone who's like... Yeah, no, the angle checks out. That's roughly where you would be if you were at the control system.
Was it really Kaito?
Hydraulic press. 2 buttons up and down. And a safety function was crushed by a hydraulic press. Unfindable.
Something
Okay.
seemed off about that video to me.
Cancel,
When the
Shihara.
hydraulic
You're not
press
wrong.
stopped for a brief moment.
Kaito's coat. Undiscovered sleeve, a single hole, machine thing.
Could it be
That checks out.
that the video was shot at another location?
Bomb. There's particles in infrared electromagnetic waves, run electronics, accumulation sensors unusable. Lasts for about 2 hours, covers an area of 50 yards. Each one can only be used once. Of the 3, Kyokichi had 2 and Maki had 1.
Any other bright ideas?
Huh.
Come on, everybody, speak up!
It's not the electro bomb on the stopping hydraulic press,
There
which is
must be
weird
some
to me.
trick to that video.
You all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you?
No
The
editing.
filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The angle's
Person
fine.
in that video. Was it really Kaito?
I can't agree or disagree with
Something
that.
seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be
I mean, I agree that that's the odd part.
That the video was shot at another location?
I don't think that's it.
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
Perhaps. What are your bullets again? My bullets are
There must be some trick
front
to that
shutter,
video.
murder video, press,
That's what you all
coat,
gotta figure
bomb.
out.
That's it.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video.
Just to know my actual name.
Was it
I'm gonna
really
assume
Kaito?
it's Skylar.
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press...
Hydraulic press? Oh, alright, that was it. Cool. Why? I knew that, but tell it to Skylar there, whose real name is
Kibo is on to something.
Tyler.
Isn't it weird
No,
that the
that's a terrible
hydraulic
lie.
press stopped for a second?
Ahem.
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
So by agreeing with him about, yeah, it's weird the hydraulic press stopped, I needed to say, yes, the hydraulic press. Interesting. Oh, yeah. And then he action rolled out of there.
Yes, that's right.
When
The
I nearly
hydraulic press
killed
kept
Kibo.
lowering itself without
Skylar was a character I made 3 years ago. Oh, good on you. I assume your name isn't Kyler either, because boy howdy, that would be a terrible alias. No offense to you if it is, but...
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But why would it stop?
I gotta go. See you around, Spiral Power. Thanks for coming out. I'm probably done soon here. I'm hitting my 3-hour mark, and I gotta get ready for work at some point here. But God, I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't want to wait until Thursday when I play again. Why'd it stop? It's gonna be the bomb, right? Which is why I'm, you know, outraged didn't just give it to me right away when I said the bomb. I don't see the bomb anywhere. Maybe it's not the bomb. Shit. Oh, wait. It might be down here. Nope, that's... What the hell is this? What is this? An Exisol? Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. Is it? It's probably the emergency stop then. Jeez. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, come on! Thank you. It's totally the bomb.
I see it.
Last name came from a YouTuber. Aight?
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
I'm gonna assume it was Uber Haxor Nova. That makes sense, right?
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident.
Kokichi, I
don't
swear to
really
God.
remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
It's true.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Last name is from Preston Plays. I've never heard of Preston Plays. If you stop that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. Well, I mean, again with this? Alright, I mean, it's the camera, but sure. Oh, hey, now the bomb is there. Excuse me for being a step ahead. There you go. It's the bomb! Is it? Is it 7-9?
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press. After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
Sure it is. You're just like 7-9.
Why did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick
Thanks,
won't work
Monokuma.
unless it was
Damn it.
set up there.
Huh.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? Up here, right? Like, right around there? It was set up on the side of the press. That'd be a pretty close angle. Well, okay, it's right around there. I don't know where exactly you want it. Like here? I don't know.
There!
Okay, cool, thanks.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, it would have to be near the switch.
Yeah, the angle makes sense.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
I mean, we could have figured that out without it, but sure.
Cosplay
Go
doesn't
off.
really come up all that much in class trials.
So you admit you're
There was a
worthless
reason
to this
camera
game.
was set up there.
Possibly in
Also
the
a
bathroom.
reason for the height.
They would never bring a camera into the bathroom. That'd be inappropriate, 7-9. Come on now.
When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct?
That's true. It can only be a white guy, so we know it's not Angie or Gonta.
That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position, so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
Fucking warehouse confirmed for Gen 4. Beat you to it, 7-9.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Or he was crushed by the press. He was swapped with a different body.
Who could it have been?
So Kaito's still alive.
Well, wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Yeah, let someone else sum it up, man. Come on.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
So Kokichi died?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
You mean incinerated, maybe?
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Well, gee, what are our options? Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at that time. They were the only ones there during the body swapping trick. The real victim was... Oh, the other person in the hangar. Jesus. This trial is wild. If it was an old body, it could only be... It wasn't an old body, it
wrong,
can only be...
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
If I have the timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time, which means something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down. Can't let anything escape me this time. Again with this. Alright. Nope. Fuck. I don't know, man. Yeah, okay. Victim again? Victim... E? Nope. T? Nope. Shit. How are the bodies swapped when there's 2 people in the hangar? Nope, it's not D. H? Okay, victim... He, victim... There it is. Victim helped. Jesus.
I can't believe I overlooked this. What do you mean? There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were... Which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped, then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
It got me.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk.
Indeed. I guess it's 7-9 confirmed
Have you
then.
realized who done it yet?
Have I realized who done it yet? Culprit in this case, my detective work hasn't failed me. The culprit inside the exisile is... It can only be... I believe it's you. Jesus Christ.
The very victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means... Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera. At first, if the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito.
Fucking. Alright.
So, the person inside that exisal isn't Kokichi.
Just hop back
Has
over to the other
Kaito.
side there, man.
What did you say?
So the culprit for this case is Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced, right?
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I mean...
I don't want to believe it either. But it's the only way any of this makes sense.
I would also argue that, Kokichi refusing to drink antidote constitutes a suicide, so...
My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
So we don't have to kill Kaito either.
Is that true? Is Kaito really in there?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
What now? Huh? Jesus Christ. Pretty sure the first part also makes sense for Kokichi Maki killing Kaito. Just basing it on the faulty video. Alright, look. I gotta get ready for work. I gotta go. We're gonna leave it on that cliffhanger. What a hanger for a cliff to be on, but there it is. So, be sure to come back Thursday for my next stream to see what the hell is going on in this trial. For the record, yes, my schedule can be found down below the video in the About section, or the Schedule section, I think. If you want to see what games are coming up, they're also in the About section. I'm going to go right here and say thank you, everyone who tuned in to watch. I love you all. You're all great people. If you watched on YouTube, thank you very much. Feel free to come out to Twitch anytime. Talk to you later, Shrewd Negotiators. I love you. Be good people. What time? I stream every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That checks out, yes. Anyway, so yeah, check the schedule tab for schedule. All the videos are on YouTube and VODs. See you Thursday, everyone. Hopefully we'll meet again and solve this mindfuck. The whole stream was dedicated to this, for God's sakes. Have a good day, everyone who isn't named 7-9.